Yes, indeed. For sure,
Welcome to another episode of Pels in a Blender, man. It's your boy A. Davis. I got my dog with me, you heard me? The number one Pels critic, you heard me? The infamous, you dig?
Bruh.
My dog get what's the word I'm looking for, bro? Again, I always forget the word. The dude who like when you foretell the future.
The prophet.
The prophet. That's what I'm talking about. The motherfucking prophet, man. Cheddar Chaz in the building.
Oh man, it's all brother. You know, I'm just a humble servant, man. You know what I'm saying? Trying to keep it true. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, dog. The thing that all again, this is years now of being able to. Ain't nobody 100%. Ain't nobody 100%, right? But it's more likely than not you've been ahead of the curve and seen the trend and then being correct on said trend. And then it's not saying that, you can't push back on certain trends. Like when you was ahead of the curve with Brandon, right? And that's not to say that Brandon isn't a quality player, because Brandon is a very good player.
All-star this past year.
Absolutely. So it wasn't the whoa was good, fellas, man. Line was good, bro. Always. Whoa was good,
Lito.
Listen, man, if you free, Irving, you always willing to, ready to let me know, dog.
Likewise, brother.
The link. You can pull up.
Likewise, always. Big dog. Make sure y'all go follow Lito, man. Shout out to Talking
Absolutely, man.
Tiger Boy and Lonnie. Man, what's up?
Good?
We got the good people in here.
Absolutely, man. Appreciate y'all on a good Monday evening. You heard me? But I was just letting it be known that we'll move forward with this show, but just letting it be known, man. Chaz, while when you're talking about sports, right? Sports is very opinionated and also fact, but there's also a lot of nuance to you swimming with. Listen, bro, that family time always come first, though. That family time always come first. Listen, I was supposed to do the show. I think it was the Saturday show. Man, we ended up getting tickets to X Games and shit. I just had, you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. Right. I feel that. You heard me, True Forever. You already know Chad rocking a true shirt always. What's good, Jeremy, dog?
What up, Jeremy?
Appreciate y'all. Man, hit that like button as y'all pull in. But so we're saying with basketball in general, right? It's like, well, the stats, though they're facts, right? And they tell a story, this should be super nuanced, right? And then not only is it nuanced, you have to have a little bit of foresight as to see what's coming down the line. What are my goals? What's the agenda? It's so many different things. And for the most part, you have always been really good with, kind of foreseeing like the landscape of the league to a degree. If a player's like, bro, yeah, that motherfucker good, but he trying to get paid 50. He trying to get paid 50 million. So before we move forward with this particular episode, I just want to get that on the record, dog. Like what goes into your decision making and like how you view players, see players, some of why and how you view, you know what I mean, things the way you do, because it's not just as simple as, oh man, this person's a good player. Like sometimes that shit don't matter. But go ahead with your thought process, bro.
Well, so many things. Well, shout out to Nan on the building, man. What up, Connor? What up, Colin?
Always,
like, man, so many things are just political, bro. Truthfully, and when like you just said, everything's nuanced. The devil's in the details. Like sometimes it's about when a player is playing well. Like what are the circumstances around? Oh, he's in a contract year. That's why you've seen the best version of this guy you ever seen. Kind of like see the situation with Jalen Duren right now. Clearly, the Pistons don't necessarily believe what's happening with Jalen Duren. I appreciate that, Lito. Appreciate you, my dog. Likewise, brother. Likewise to Mom and Lito. Make sure y'all tap in with him, fam. But a lot of times it's like circumstantial. I think one thing, it's a gift and a curse. One thing I will say, when you cover the game kind of as long as I have, you kind of just start gaining more and more objectivity. Like I'm still a fan of the Pelicans, but your fandom kind of takes a step back because you hear so many things. Shout out to Shaq Zilla. You hear so many things behind the scenes. You see so many situations play out in front of you over the course of years, and then you just look at everything. Shout out to Bayou Sniper. Shout out to the homie.
Appreciate you, bro.
You just look at things holistically and you say, nah, this is cap. This is this. This is that. You know what I'm saying? And then, and the players, sometimes they know it's bullshit. Like the players, they don't know. You talk to them, you talk to, people behind the scenes in the building. Like you have these conversations. It's not easy. I mean, I'm sorry, it's not difficult to put the pieces of the puzzle together. Shout out to the line. And yeah, man, that's why, I always welcome a conversation with some of the players because it's like, I might tell you a joke, but I never tell you a lie. You know what I'm saying? The 206.
Shout out to y'all, man. So with that being said, I just kind of want to get that understood because again, you always said when you introduce your show, facts, not emotion. Like, you know what I mean? Is this is all in facts to a degree. Don't necessarily mean the numbers because sometimes numbers do lie when you're talking about basketball, right? You're talking about how big was the sample size. Pause. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like you have to be able to read between the lines, and you also have to kind of like prophesize a little bit and have an agenda set on what it is you're trying to accomplish. So with all of that being said, right, we'll move into like kind of like the basis of the show,
right?
And we've kind of done a couple of these to a degree, but as we move further into the off season, right, you start getting more information, and then you start putting the pieces together, and then you make your own judgment. You're not 100% here, but this is me, right? This is me. Where I'm at with it is, I think, shout out to y'all, man, in the chat, bro. Hit the like button.
It's so hard being a fake fan, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Bro, it's hard to be a fake fan for a bad team. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it was good, if you were great, it's easy to be like, man, rah, these my, no, when y'all not good, that's tough.
And I'm trying not to get in my bag, boy, but let me tell you something.
Listen, man,
I ain't gonna be too many more fake fans, Mr. 206. I tell you that, my nigga got one more fake fan with me. Then we gonna talk that talk. But shout out to him.
Listen, bro. At the end of the day, we hope everybody do the best they can.
Yeah,
we hope everybody do well. It's not nothing personal to anybody. Yeah. It's just
for me, like I hope DeJounte does very well until he's traded. Once he's traded, like highway to hell. But while you're here, I need you to ball the fuck out. I'm with you in your corner.
Listen, bro. I want everybody to do the best they can. And I think, bro, listen, bro, y'all everybody's like, we're talking about professional players, the elite, the best of the best. But that don't necessarily mean, and there's nuance into what goes on behind the scenes with y'all as well, right?
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
I understand, in previous Pelican seasons, and this is the thing with the Pelicans, and then we'll move into like, again, to like what we really want to discuss. In previous Pelican seasons, bro, it's been so many conversations about why and not results, right? Like it's been a lot of, and at the end of the day, that's what it boils down to, like excuses, right? And sometimes it's not necessarily an excuse; it could be a reason.
Yeah,
but
absolutely,
if you underachieved, then don't nobody give a fuck. Because at the end of the day, it's another year and things move on. Like that's a year into a contract. That's a year further down the line. So every year you underachieve is just another year of not getting done, not reaching potential, stuff like that. When you hear, we throw seasons, whoa, what's good, bro? Man? Keep playing well until we trade. Listen, dog, it is what it is. It is what it is. What's your overall as far as like people, and especially like our fan base, right? That has seasons of, well, if only Zion would have been available, or if, man, we were hurt this year, The coach wasn't good this year. You go way, you could go way back. We didn't bring in enough help. We didn't make any moves at the deadline. We made a bad move at the deadline. Like, what do you say to just the history of excuses, basically?
Every organization makes mistakes. No organization is perfect. Again, in the last 8 or 9 seasons, we've had 8 different finals representatives as far as like champions. We've had several different champions. I think, like you said, that is nuance. As far as the why, like the difference between excuses and reasoning and rationalizing things and using logic. There's a difference between a person that's injury prone and a freak injury. Like, what I'm saying? The difference between the person who always has some weird nagging injury versus a person that just, falls out of the sky and breaks their arm, God forbid. That's a major difference. But I also think like money and time, this is something I used to stress a lot. Money and time aren't these like infinite resources. Like the way you just have all the money, all the salary cap, all the time in the world to evaluate guys. It's like, no, it gets to a point where you have to cut bait. It gets to a point where people are tired of my bads. It gets to the point where context be damned, you need to win. No one's going to care that, you caught a bad break. No one going to care that, this thing didn't work out. A lot of people catch bad breaks. A lot of things don't work out. There's no such thing as a perfect situation. There's an ideal situation, right? And even those come with some struggles,
trials and tribulations.
Yeah, trials and tribulations you have to overcome. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, almost counts, bro. You got to get it done. And I think right now for this season in particular, similar to last season, but even more so this season, because you do have the coach you want, you have to get it done. And context be damned, you need to win. If you win 50 games, no one's going to care that you fell forward for 50 games.
100%.
You just survived. You bought yourself another opportunity to fight. That's all that matters. That's the situation you're currently in. So, and that's what the people want. I think at this point, 2 seasons with victories in the 20s. Yeah, you wasn't here for the first season, but you was here for this season. It's time to go out there and show, improve, and deliver. That goes for the players, front office, coaching staff, everybody, even the fan base. Like everybody got to show, improve this year.
100%. Shout out to you, Bayou Sniper. No matter who wears the jersey, we will support and show out. But because we care about the team and the direction, we're allowed to say what we feel. This is our franchise. You got to take ownership, right? And with that being the case, I feel like this for everybody. Fans, media people, fucking front office players, everybody. To me, this year is the prove it or lose it season. And that's why we call it. This year is the like put up or shut up. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck if the front, because to me, how it feels as if the front office is signaling that there won't be any major change, right? There won't be any, and I could be wrong. And if I'm wrong, cool.
It does feel that way.
Yeah,
it certainly feels that way. I don't think you're wrong at all. Today, I absolutely agree with you. Like, it doesn't feel like anything significant is going to happen.
No, and with that being said, is that the wrong move? Maybe not. We'll see. At the end of the day, what we do know is you cleared up a lot of issues that you've had for multiple seasons, right? You got a new David Griffin is no longer here. The front office they cleared out multiple people in the building. You got damn near everybody you want in every position, right? You got your head coach, you got your medical staff, you got your training staff, you got fucking Troy Weaver, you got Amanda Green, you got everybody. Like, these are your people in the building, right? Sham God, Mosley. So, all right, I don't want to hear shit about coaching staff.
Yeah, the coaching staff era is over.
Yes, so that's a major excuse removed. That's the first thing.
Very solid coach in the building.
Absolutely. I'm not saying that he's great. We don't know if he's great or if he's terrible, but that's the guy you chose. So regardless of what he is, that excuse is removed. You get what I'm saying? So that's the first thought. Also, and then I'll move to kind of pass it back to you with this one. There's been reports about shit happening and whatnot. I don't care about the reports at this point. Don't none of that matter. What I do know is Zion's not hurt. He looks amazing. Trey Murphy's not hurt. You see, he looks fantastic. You see him putting out, his videos. You haven't seen anything from Herb, which means Herb is probably okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Herb
no news is good news sometimes.
Yeah, no news is good news. You see Fears, right? How Fears looks incredible. DeJounte, bro, working out, videos, shooting, playing, back from the Achilles. The hand is fine. According to him, he got everything sorted with his family. Shout out to him, man. I know you went through a tough time with that. Peace and blessings to your family. You know what I mean? It's great to have that kind of thing cleared up and secure.
That kind of peace of mind.
Yeah, man. You could come and play with a clear conscience and go focus on your job, right? So shout out to that. And I'm gonna start with those 4 because to me, that's the foundation and that's the core of this team in this season. What do you think? What do you think about that core, that 4 moving forward?
Well, I think, of course, a lot of stuff begins with Zion. I think, with him just doing well. What up, Fist? Shout out to the homie, man.
Good,
I think things begin with Zion. If he has a season, I would just say better than last season. If he continues to trend upwards, if he's out there giving you impactful 25 and 8, in my opinion, the 8 would be exceptionally impactful. In my opinion, if he's out there giving you like 20, 25, 8 and 5, because he's probably not gonna handle the ball as much with Fears. Well, he's not gonna probably get as many assists as he would get if there were more shooting. But 25, 8 and 5, I think that would be good if he had solid defense and health throughout the entire season. We already know he's capable of tremendous scoring outbursts, but what you really need is consistency throughout the season, setting a standard of excellence for himself, because the team is not as much as it used to be, but is on his back for the most part. For as Trey, I think you just need another steady hand with Trey, like as far as like when the shooting isn't working, when the shot isn't falling, what are your constants? You know what I'm saying? What can you rely upon? Your effort is something you can control every time. You know what I'm saying? You can shoot the ball 1,000 times the same way. Sometimes it's not gonna go in. Sometimes it's not gonna be your night. But your effort defensively, your effort on the boards, your availability, well, to a lesser degree, your availability, but some of those are things that you absolutely can't control. With Fears, the trajectory seems to be there. I think you just want to see continued buy-in. You already know he's going to try hard on both sides of the basketball. He's another person that I just hope he's not discouraged if the shot isn't falling, because he's still a young guy. So I just hope that he's steady with his contributions on both sides of the ball. And with DeJounte, I just hope that he could get back to a reasonable benchmark. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even, his final year in Atlanta, it's like, DeJounte historically, when things don't go his way, then we see the real DeJounte. So it's like, can you table that for a time and show up and deliver, and then we're gonna help you get where you need to go? Like this, it's a quid pro quo relationship at this point. Quid pro quo. Like you go out there and deliver, they're gonna find a home for you. Ultimately, you got to do your end. And of course, he had 2 devastating injuries back to back. Fucking sucks. You know what I'm saying? It's a terrible situation. Like that shit sucks. But you're back now. Again, no excuses. Got to hit the ground running on both sides, and you got to buy in. And to me, that's the most important thing. The buy-in for DeJounte Murray. Maybe asked to do some things you uncomfortable with this season.
No one calls somebody a fake fan that's been here for 3 years, since inception. It's definitely hard to be a fake Pels fan, though. That's a tough thing to do.
That's a passionate fan.
Yeah. Why would you choose this fan? I gotta get the video to queue up, man. The Jets fan. You seen the video of the dude? He was just like, this fucking team sucks. I don't know. I was born into this. I love him, but
I inherited this.
Yeah, in this fucking pain. But man, so I look at those 4: Zion, Trey, Herb, and DeJounte to a degree. Zion trade Herb because that's the core of your the most recent successful times, right? And you could obviously you still had CJ and Brandon, but they no longer here. Those three are the three that are still here from the time of the 49 wins and just some successful regular seasons. So I look at it like this: Zion above anybody else on this team goes as far as he could go. And I know you said that, but I'm just essentially reiterating, though, like they can be as great as he can be. Like at the end of the day, if for example, if this team had Anthony Edwards on it, like exact same team, but just replace Zion with Anthony Edwards, the expectation would be like, at minimum, we getting into the playoffs.
Yeah, like
right?
people would be like, we at least gonna be the 6th seed.
Yeah. Exact same roster. You'll be like, if we got Ant, you'll be like, dog, we at least gonna be like playing. You know what I mean? You be doing the playing. So like that just goes to show that if Zion has that kind of year where you look all NBA, and bro, you were drafted first overall to be like one of the ones. You know what I'm saying? Like you weren't respectfully, you weren't a Zach Ricochet kind of first overall draft pick. Motherfucker, they were comparing you to LeBron. So, and it's still all on the table for you, right? You could say we don't have a center, but you got an elite shooter. You got a dude who was fucking first team all defense not long ago. You got a bunch of wings. You got some potential X factors on the team. Young guys who got some juice, showed they could play. You got about 8 other dudes on the team that's real players. I don't care what you say. At least 8 of them that's real players. You got to do your part. To me, as far as Trey, bro, Trey got to look like Trey have to just look impactful every night. You know what I'm saying? Like he has to be consistently impactful every night. And I think that's the next step for Trey. That don't necessarily mean you got to be the best player on the floor at times. Not saying that, right? But I like to compare Trey to like what we saw from Chris Middleton in the Giannis days, right? There would be moments in games where you'd be like, dog, you fucking see Chris Middleton? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, especially in the postseason.
Exactly. So he just need to be that. Whoa,
what up,
man?
Coach?
Appreciate you, dog. Appreciate you, Coach, for tapping in. As always, as a valid point, substitute Zion for and that's a playoff team that speak volume. That's another. I mean, bro, think about it. If you and again, it's not to say that Ant isn't a great player because obviously Ant is a great player, but we see Zion against the Wimbies, against the Ants, and he looked like he can play at a level that's on that level. You just got to do it. You just got to do it every night, bro. Like that's the difference between you and some of the other players. So will he do it? We'll see. Herb, right? Herb is part of the core. Though the shot is one thing. The defense got to get back to being elite, bro. Like if you want to, we could say what we want about the offense. For Herb, I need the defense to like. There's no excuse for the defense to not be arguably second team all defense, right? Like, and that should be I feel like that should be the expectation for him. You a $14 million player. You got a contract that's about to be $20 million. They have not traded you, so they asking for you. Like, I don't give a, they asking for you to come produce. I don't care if you want to be here or not. If you here, right, you getting paid, you probably gonna start. And at bare minimum, bro, you got to be able to produce defensively, right? And the shooting could be one thing because they're not expecting you to be just some fucking knockdown shooter. I understand that, but and listen, man, I'm starring a lot of y'all questions, bro. So again, we'll come back to a bunch of the starter questions. So y'all just bear with me through that. I definitely I'm seeing y'all, bro. Appreciate it. But as far as Herb go. All right, cool. As far as that's a deep ass side, y'all. Y'all funny, bro. Where's that? All right, yeah. That so with Herb, like Herb defensively, gotta get back to what it is that we expect from Herb defensively. Blocking threes, getting steals, at least, bro, finish. He used to finish really well in transition. It's another season, healthy. off the like from the shoulder injury, so hopefully he get more consistent. But like Herb has to do that, and for DeJounte, who to me is the other core person in this group, in this rotation, DeJounte has to be an elevator, right? Like when you're a point guard of a team, you don't have to necessarily be the best player, but most people look at point guards to like set the table. I gotta make sure this guy is getting done. Like I'm gotta make sure everybody is playing at optimum, at their optimum peak or optimum position or talent level for this team to be successful. And I think DeJounte is capable, right? I think DeJounte is capable. I need DeJounte this year to be an elevator. That's what he was brought in. That's what he was brought in to be, right? Like he wasn't brought in to be like in my opinion,
guy, like
guy. Yeah, no, you were brought in to help elevate everybody else and make it easier for everybody else to be the best versions of themselves. While when they did have cold streaks, you know what I mean, or something like that, because DeJounte can shoot the three, he can score, he got his midi and stuff like that, but it's not supposed to be like the go-to. So can DeJounte defensively assist Herb and really be disruptive like he used to be? Can you be that point guard that people know of, that was known as one of the better defensive guards? I understand there's a task coming off the injury, but you had moments, bro. You had moments, and you got talent around you. This is still a talented team. You just need to do your part. So like when I look at the core, bro, if you told me that again, take those three and give them another star level player, you'll be like, oh yeah, y'all can make the playoffs. Y'all can make the playoffs.
Wait, I'm sorry. The three are DeJounte, Herb, and Trey.
Say like you had DeJounte, Herb, and Trey, and you put them with another true like star level.
Yeah, player. Like superstar type guy.
Yeah, like a true superstar level player. It'll be like, all right, like I could playing at minimum. You know what I'm saying? Like if you put Trey on, yeah. So like the 26 win shit, like 30 win, like if y'all healthy, that's unacceptable. Yeah, like that's absolutely unacceptable. That's kind of my point on that. I know I kind of, whoa, what's good, bro? Appreciate y'all. What's happening, dude?
Yeah,
go ahead.
I'm sorry, go ahead. No, you gotta read by you sniper statement.
Yeah, I think DeJounte and Fierce backcourt has a lot of potential. Fierce can step into the Stephon Castle role along DeJounte, who can direct the offense. It's gonna be interesting to see what they do. We actually gonna move to them in a second, but go ahead with your point.
I think the second unit, no matter how you slice it, on paper is a very talented second unit. 100%. Like if you consider, let's say Pools on the second unit, let's say even if you put a Herb or Sadiq on second unit, let's say Bryce McGowan's, let's say Derek Queen, Carl. I think it's a very solid to good second unit. You got a couple guys that could drop 25 at the drop of a dime, and Sadiq Bey and Jordan Poole. You know what I'm saying? And no matter, even Fears, like you got Fears on the second unit. A ton of talent on that second unit. The question really comes in with the starting unit. And it's funny because you would think some of those things are more interchangeable than they actually are fit wise. You're like, well, why don't you just start this person? It's like, the fit not there. Like, in certain instances. But again, on paper, the roster isn't bad. I think people are judging things more so by the result, by some of the fit. And we kind of discounting sometimes the coaching that we've had over the last 2 years. You're discounting, some of the injuries guys have suffered over the last 2 years. Like it's a number of things. Redoing the entire roster, the league the West just getting better. Like it's a lot of things that happen, over the last couple of years. But that to me, what matters the most this year is the deliverables. You got to show up and show out.
100%. And that again, I'm not letting nobody off the hook. And this is a great point by you, coach. This will be a very interesting season because of the unknowns on this team. We'll start to transition and talk about some of those unknowns. Two of the biggest ones, I consider them both like wild cards, and that's your second year players. Not PV to a much lesser degree, but Fears and Queen, right? Fears and Queen, you really have you don't have no true concept of how impactful either one of them would be. Like we can assume based off of what it is that we're seeing from the offseason, both from a positive and possibly negative, but you don't know until the games are played, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Fears and Queen both have potential to be starters on this team or key players on the bench on this team. Like you don't really know what their role is going to be, and with them being so much of a wild card, would you be willing to say that they're kind of like the X factors to this team?
Not in total. I would say more fierce than the Queen right now.
Mm-hmm.
Only because now if he totally plays different this season as far as like he's just this sniper 3-point shooter with incredible efficiency at the rim. Now that's totally different. Right? That's
about totally DQ.
Yeah, with DQ. Mm-hmm. Whereas with Fears, the path seems a little bit clear for Derek. Kind of still I gotta see how he's used first, how he's maximized and utilized what he's asked to do. I think I think there's just a clearer path for Fears to be this, X factor, or just be if he's similar to the guy we saw in the season, like for the entirety of the season, then you're like, well, damn, that's a hell of a guy. I heard someone compare him to Dennis Schroeder. Do you think that's his
compare who?
Jeremiah Fears. They think he's like Dennis Schroeder. You think that's his
young? Well, I'll say this: young Dennis Schroeder was a monster.
He was pretty good.
Yeah, so I'll say this: I would like to say that Fears is better than Dennis Schroeder, right? Mm-hmm. But until you prove that you're better than what that player was, I can't just say you're gonna be better than Dennis Schroeder based off of your rookie season. Dennis Schroeder early in his Hawks career, like they were on some playoff teams and whatnot. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That dude played some very significant and meaningful minutes. Like that playoff team in OKC with Chris Paul. Dennis Schroeder was a big. Like
he's a high level role player.
Yeah, he was a big part of that. And as of right now, like while I think Jeremiah Fears has a very high ceiling, and I think he can be all of these things, again,
everyone don't reach this ceiling. You got to show and prove.
No, then to the point of the show, bro, you gotta go get it done. Mm-hmm. We can see everything happen around the bro. Zion looked incredible. Right. And then you have multiple injuries that stymie your season and stuff like that. There's you could get in your own way. That don't look like what might happen for Fizz, but I'm just saying in general, before I say Jeremiah will be clearly better than, you have to go out and actually be better than said player. You have to go do it. And that's kind of where I'm at with both of the rookies. For me, that's why I look at both of them personally, and I think both of them are wild cards. I don't know how Jamal Mosley's going to use them. I don't know what they're going to be asked to do, if they'll be maximized, with who they're on the floor with, game plan, space. Like, it's possible you can see them used in a way that completely, makes them realize some of their potential a lot sooner. And then that helps the team. What the key factor to this is, as of right now, last year you came into the excuse for Derek. He didn't have no training camp. He broke his wrist. He couldn't really work out. It was only so much he was going to be able to do. And then he was just trying to be it. And then he played game one. And then, it was on with from there. Mm-hmm. That's not an excuse, bro. Like you been healthy. You had that full season. You healthy now, unless there's just some undisclosed injury. You healthy now to be able to work on your game and do whatever. When the motherfucking games start, bro, you have to go and show up and play well. You number 13 pick, so you still a lottery pick. I don't care about what they gave up for you. I'm not holding that against you.
Yeah, I can't hold that against a player.
Yeah, no, I'm not holding that against them. But to Bayou Sniper's point, Derek Queen will have a breakout year with Mosley. Finally, a fully healthy offseason. The young is better to play. So these people have high expectations for you. You're a very talented player. There is no reason for you. I think he's going to have all the opportunity in the world to go be the best version of himself.
Definitely.
So Nah, fuck that excuses. If you got the top 4 that perform well and those 2 do what they supposed to do, why can't you get in the playoffs?
Well, you know, I just hate putting I hate putting like expectations on like second year players only because like, you know, pedigrees exist. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's just certain pedigrees that you're just like, all right, nah, I see why. Yeah, I see why this went like this. And every once in a while, you know, there's a Patrick Williams type situation that happens every once in a while. Like a guy that probably should have been picked earlier falls for whatever reason. Yeah. Right. But when you see some of these guys, you're like, all right, like I can't ask you to do what Dylan Harper does, or I can't ask you to be this. You're not Cooper Flag. I'm not gonna ask you to be Cooper Flag because that pedigrees exist for a reason and tiers exist for a reason. So that's why, like, to me, I'm kind of just like, you know, with the young guys, I just hope their trajectory continues to trend upward and they can contribute at a very solid level this year. The guys I want to make sure I put the most onus on, of course, is the guys making the big money.
And to your point, we're not letting them off the hook at all, because if Fears plays as well as he can play and Queen plays as well as he can play, unless they're, you know, anomalies, right?
Yeah,
because
like they just have the best, like,
like unless Fears is, you know, turns out to be one of those points, like he got that CP trajectory where it's kind of like, oh, this dude,
he's an all-star.
Unless you can't expect that necessarily, right? But even when you look at Dylan Harper wasn't the reason they made the playoffs. Like, Dylan Harper was he wasn't inconsequential to their season, but like Dylan was able to play his game.
Yeah.
Whoa, what's
the deal, Louisiana gal?
Always appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all for tapping in, man. We 37 minutes in, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button.
Look, Louisiana gal could be on vacation right now, but you watching the show.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Shout out to those on vacation right now. But like, to use the Spurs as an example, that team went as far as Wemby, right? Fox when he was healthy. The veteran players, you know, Keldon Johnson, six-man.
Stephon Castle, third year guy?
Third year.
Former rookie of the year. Hell of a player.
Hell of a player. You know, Champagne contributed. Vassell, 5-year player, 6-year player, something like that.
Sohan kept the bench warm, you know. Everybody played their part.
Everybody did.
Harrison Barnes.
All of those players did their jobs. So everybody could finish the road. But like your top players, your core guys,
gotta step it up.
They did what they were supposed to do. And then everybody else was able to, like, if Jeremiah Fears has a bad like 5 games, so what? You know what I mean? Like, not saying that he shouldn't be a part of the winning. Shout out to you, DQ, man. Make sure y'all go cop a shirt, bro. Hit Chaz's link for the show.
Clean shirt.
For the shirts, man. Castle was in his 3rd year last year.
I don't know why I keep getting that confused too. I don't know. I keep fucking that up, but man, Castle he was bro.
Yo, he was the 2nd year player.
Yeah, second year. Castle cold, bro.
Yeah.
Like everyone contributed. Like very few people. I mean, shit. Ultimately, that's why Jeremy Sohan was cut. It's like, all right, bro, you not making a rotation, not contributing. Keldon Johnson, 6th man of the year, and he was eating good too, boy.
Yeah, life is nice when you win.
Yeah,
life is nice when you win. And this is the thing about winning. And we'll continue to go down.
Fucking wait.
We'll continue to go through the roster, right? When you win, Wemby is 3rd year, because Wemby won rookie of the year. Wemby won rookie of the year his year. Then Castle won it the next year, and then Dylan Harper got drafted. So they had back-to-back rookie of the years, and then they had a 3rd. Well, man, shout out to Chris, man, in the building. Appreciate you.
What up, Chris? Shout out to Chris.
And make sure y'all follow Chris Lambert and check out all of the great work he's doing. Fizz could unlock this team next year. A young guy tipping off the season at 18 points per game type stat line would be such a boost in confidence. I mean, he averaged 14 in 25 minutes, and he had an up and down season and started to figure it out with the progress. And you give him 28 minutes a game, which I think he'll get. I think you can see a jump in production and overall impact from Fizz. That's why I consider them to be wild cards on the team.
And I think, I'm sorry to cut you off. I think another thing as well, when you look at some of the guys that even Coach Sham has assisted over the years with Brunson, Kyrie, Luka, like, you know, guys who've been hands-on and seeing greatness up close. And that it doesn't always translate, because Willie Green was a developmental guy with Devin Booker, if I'm not mistaken. So it doesn't always translate, but at the same time, I think with these young guys, and especially from the guard position, like you saw Anthony Black blossom last year. He had direction, he had a role, and the worst thing you could do with a young player, and same thing with Derek, is just have them confused at all times. Like, all right, so what do I do? Like, what's my plan? And then, you know, if they're buying in and contributing, then, you know, you reward them. And I just hope that, you know, Mosley seems to be a good relationship guy. At least he's trying. He's hitting the ground running. Everything I heard about it is he's investing into guys wholeheartedly. So hopefully, you know, that comes with some direction, accountability, and things of that nature. And I have heard that there has been some accountability. So I'm hoping that trend continues as well.
100%. Speaking of Jeremiah Fizz, he's been doing a great job with his work. Let's check out his video, what he's been doing this off season. You finally see him on the court playing games. We didn't get to see him in summer league, right? But check. See, bro, if he had that in the bag, Clay was about to sit him down. He was
ready to go to Miami.
Coaching is so crucial. You don't really get fake. Bro, listen, when you saw how Fizz was it wasn't as many dribbles to get the shot up. That's how you know he like confident in the shot. 1, 2, I'm pulling any space. I'm pulling. You step too close, I'm getting by you. He a lot stronger, so he's bumping and not getting bumped off his line. I think he's gonna have a really good season, but that's why I look at them as wild cards. Let's continue on with the roster, bro. If you don't mind.
Yeah.
So you talked about the second unit, right? And the second unit has potential, you know, to be a really good unit. We don't even know who's gonna be on the second unit, right? Because with Jamal Moses, you don't know who's like. There's not like it's been a starting lineup release, so everybody's just assuming, right? The one thing we can say is the possibilities of players on the starting line, on the bench, on that second unit: Jordan Poole, Sadiq Bey, Ease, Carlo, and Bryce. Right? Let's look at those 5 for a second. You got Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole has been on a championship level team. Other than last year, bro. Other than last year, you've seen Jordan Poole, and
even in the second year with the Wizards, he balled out.
Even as he's had, some people don't like Jordan Poole's style of play, decision making, and stuff like that. Regardless, you've seen. Whoa, what's good, Nola? Appreciate y'all, dog. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Whoa, what's good? DQ working out like I would see some footage of him hooping. Maybe so. Maybe we'll see. I'm gonna start this question. We'll get back to that question and maybe address it a little bit further. But for Jordan Poole, you again, man, you did in your episode that we talked about. We talked about Poole and how last year was more so of an anomaly than we've ever seen.
From Jordan Poole, absolutely.
From Jordan Poole before. So it's kind of like it would be hard to expect him to play that bad again. So if he just gets to, I look at Jordan Poole like a high risk, high reward kind of player. You know what I mean? Like if Jordan is good, it significantly, again, it adds shooting, it adds volume shooting, it adds rim pressure, it adds free throw shooting, playmaking. Like he's one of those players where if Jordan Poole is having a good season, right, and not saying that everything else, but like Jordan Poole having a good season can kind of offset if somebody else is like not playing up to their potential.
I agree. I feel like Jordan Poole is one of those guys where like when I go back to Jordan Poole's good games last year, you either won them or you should have won them. And that, like, for example, I think about that Clippers game when he hit like fucking 7 threes or something like that. And you lost that game like just over some dumb shit like Willie Green just being terrible. Think about again the Orlando game. This man hitting fucking left hand buzzer beater threes. Like he was just balling out. He just never could really find a rhythm. Now he did have some mistakes. He did play bad in some games. The shooting percentage is what it is. You know, he didn't develop a rhythm, of course. But you know, if we just going by the statistics, you know, it is what it is, right? But I think to your point, and I think you made an excellent point. When Jordan Poole playing well, you either win or you should have won.
Yeah,
and he's a very unselfish player as well. Like watching him assist and help allow Jeremiah Fears get that 40 versus Utah. Yeah, and remember Jordan Poole had like 35. Yeah, so he could have been like, man, fuck that. I'm
going for 50. Oh, I'm going for 50.
I ain't played in months.
Yeah,
like so, but he didn't do that. So you know, I totally agree with you.
And I think, and the thing with JP also, you playing for the money, dog. You playing for the money, bro. Like say what you want above anybody, like above anybody on this team that need to have a good year. It needs to be him. Like that.
I'll take it a step further. I think Jordan, you might be playing for your career, bro. Like because
that's a great point.
Yeah, like that's an excellent point. Like he's box office.
Yes,
the dude box office, right?
Yes,
but that comes with some risk.
Yes,
like, but he is box office, and I think with Jordan's like you kind of see that bias against the small combo guard guys right now, especially guys who are perceived as being like, and not that this is a real thing with an organization. I'm saying the media narrative, and maybe that does carry over to front offices. Like Cam Thomas is kind of perceived as being how would I describe him?
Inefficient, high volume, not really a team guy.
Like a shot chucker type guy, and he's not great defensively. He's also kind of seen as not a quote unquote pleasant personality. Yeah, right. Like you kind of heard the narrative that was being spun a little bit about Jordan Poole last year, saying he was like a cancer in the locker room. I saw no evidence of that. I didn't hear that anywhere else, truthfully. But it don't matter. Like a lie don't care who tell it. Once it was legs, it could potentially affect your career. Cam Thomas don't have a job right now. So Jordan Poole very well find himself on the outside looking in, like Lance Stevenson did, like a number of good players.
You could be Anthony Simons, bro. Anthony Simons didn't have none of that. Ended up having to take a $6 million deal.
Yeah,
you know,
that was he might get a ring for it, but still,
he's a former. I mean, that's a former $20 million player. You know,
Michael Beasley out the league.
Yeah, so. Again, Poole got a lot on the line, but to Louisiana Gale's point, as far as like excitement level, not just excitement level. And to your point, when JP plays well, it's like you probably got a chance to win. You realistically got a chance to win. If he's playing consistently well, regardless if it's on the bench starting or whatever the case may be, he's so like. He's it's not like stuff because ain't nothing like stuff, right?
Yeah.
Nothing like stuff, nothing like when Clay got hot, he's of that type, you know, like Trey got some of that too. Like when Trey hot,
when Trey like 3 threes in a row and dunking.
Yeah, it's like, this shit might be over. If JP, like there's a lot of volatility to the team to where if y'all do what y'all supposed to do and just be like decent, playing decent basketball. If Trey, and not to mention if Trey and Poole are having good years. If Trey and Poole having good years, you have shooting and volume shooting at that.
Including Bay, McGowan's.
Yes, and though again, to continue on with the bench players or the potential bench players, we don't know. Sadiq Bey played very well. All Sadiq Bey got to do is maintain what he was at last year, if he can. Right?
If possible, yeah.
If what you saw from him, go ahead
with that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because Sadiq played over 30 minutes last season. Do you think he's able? I think he can maintain. He clearly was in great shape, for his conditioning. Yeah. But do you think he'll be allotted that many minutes this year? Because to me, Looking at it, I was just like, all right, well, if he gets, let's say he averages 2 less shots, and he goes from 17 to, let's just say 14, like points a game. Can we count? I guess you would count on Poole to offset that some, because he's going to be playing. So obviously Poole's going to get more shots. Zion's going to get more shots. So, you know, it's going to be interesting. Like, my question would be, like, do you expect him to get a large chunk of minutes like that again?
I think part of the reason he had so many minutes, one, because he was really good and he deserved those minutes, right? Like, if y'all don't do it, I will. I can't fault him for having that mindset. So shout out to him, kudos to him. But I think if the players ahead of you aren't playing better than you, then you should get those minutes. So that's how I look at it. It's not his job to keep him off the court. It's your job to keep him off the court. So what we do know is if he is maintaining, if he's at least that level of play, that means somebody else better either raise their level of play or I'm gonna take the minutes, bro.
Right, you gotta,
So I just hope, because even before Saddiq Bey was starting early in the season, when he played he played very well off the bench.
Yeah, he played well pretty much most 90% of the season.
And if I'm not mistaken, wasn't he coming off the bench in Atlanta when he was playing well in that role also?
I believe it was like at times.
Like he started, I mean, again, he's a role player, but like he started to trend. He was starting to have, as the season was carrying on, a really good season. And I just think he's found himself, he's found his game. You know, shout out to him. He always praises the Lord for getting him back and healthy. And he bro, talk about a dude that's appreciative and is not gonna waste his moment.
Straight dog.
Yeah, 100%, man. Y'all get the likes. I've hit that like button if y'all haven't.
Yes, indeed. Shout out to Color.
I 100% think Saddiq Bey is going to maintain his level of play. Not necessarily, it don't have to me, the numbers don't have to say, okay, he did what he did last year. Are you effective when you're on the floor with whatever it is you tasked at doing? And that's what he was doing. When they was like, look, we need you in catch and shoot. He was a good catch and shoot guy. We gonna start posting you up. He was doing his post up. So like, I just think he's a quality role player. That you know how you feel about Saddiq Bey, and I could be wrong. I guess I'm gonna ask you this question. If there was any non-star on this team, right, that you felt would be reliable, would it be him, or do you think it would be somebody above him?
When you say non-star, what do you mean?
Like I don't want, like, Trey. You expect Trey to look a certain type of way. I think Zion to look a certain type of way. Like, not them. Like, do you? If I had to choose, me personally, if I had to choose a player, I think I could count on.
Yeah, I would bank on Saddiq Bey probably.
Yeah. Like every game, just like,
and he's been consistent his whole career with this. Like he's the same player. Like, you know, he's been consistent his entire career. Show up and go to work. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what he does. And that's really who he is. And I think what helps him as well is he's a really good rebounder, physical player, can get to the free throw line. I think it's another thing. I think as a team, if each guy, you know, just takes a step up in that free throw percentage, that could pay incredible dividends as well. Zion had a really good free throw shooting year for a time last season.
Like 77% at one point.
Yeah, I think Jordan Poole started the season like shooting like
98%,
99%, something crazy.
A bunch of games before he missed free throws. So, no, right. So, like, this is the thing with Poole, is like not waiting for him to get hot every other 10 to 15 games. He wasn't hot or cold. If you remember when he was consistently playing, he was good. Like, he might have bad decisions. I just think people were over magnifying his decisions as like throwing the blame on Jordan Poole, as if you wouldn't look, if you go look at the numbers and whatnot, like he was fine. Like he was fine. Like he did what everybody else does. But I think also Jordan Poole was in a very unique situation. I don't even care though. We're not making excuses for this team. From what we know, he also last year he came into the season with an injury, right? From what we've hearing right now, ain't no injury right now. You got a motherfucking hoop, dog. You got to hoop. That's what it boiled down to. Could Poole be 6 man of the year candidate? I 100% think so. I think it's players like Poole that win 6
like
man of the
Keldon
year.
Johnson. Like, bro, before last year, Keldon Johnson was terrible. Not well, terrible is a strong word. Before last year, Keldon Johnson was like, he makes 17 million. Can we trade him? Like this year was an anomaly for him in the regular season. And in the postseason, he kind of turned into a pumpkin. I'm surprised they haven't traded him, to be honest.
Yeah, this is gonna be interesting. Boy, bro, that dude did not have multiple 0-point games, bro. And maybe he did. I'm gonna have to go look it up and whatnot. But if so, again, the inconsistency, and I'm not here to make no excuses for him. I think last year was very much so an anomaly. Shout out to Louisiana girls talking about Sadiq Bey. I don't think he'll get the same amount of shots as he did last year. Poole in a contract year, Zion playing for a contract, DeJounte Murray, Clutch View. This is a contract year for him. Not enough shots to go around. That's a very good point. Trey's in a contract year. Also, if Sadiq Bey gets his extension, right? That what does that put him?
Trey Murphy?
No, Sadiq
Bey is in the country.
Yeah.
Well,
if Sadiq Bey gets his extension, where does that put him in in like the pecking order of getting shots?
Boy, I wish this was a contract year for DeJounte. I really do.
It's kind of.
Nah, he got that player option. That nigga ain't
got that option. He got the fallback. I think the Pels will make the playoffs with health and one more move. We're under the assumption that they ain't making no moves, though. That's why we're going over this roster. And we about to hold everybody accountable for doing their job and doing their part. Because if they don't make a move, that don't mean that y'all shouldn't be a play-in at minimum.
Yeah, I think because if they don't make a move, that would signal to me you anticipate winning.
Yep.
Yeah, you just thought that you needed health, and a better version of each player, and a new coach, new system in place, new performance people, health from DeJounte this year. Jordan Poole is not entering the season injured. Derek Queen is not entering the season injured. Hopefully you see some more Eve Messi minutes. Like, there's a lot of things they can elevate with the roster as is. But at the same time, I would like to see the margin for error increase. But in the event that it doesn't, there are some things that, you could, I don't know if you should bank on, but you could reasonably come to the conclusion that these guys will play a little bit better, be it Poole, be it Herb. You're going to have more Bryce McGowan's games. That's a player I'm really excited about. It should be. Yeah, and the West is pretty. You lost LeBron, lost Anthony Davis. You lost. He went to the Lakers. And Walker Kessler, but we don't even really know who Walker Kessler is necessarily.
Yeah, you haven't seen, and he has to stay healthy. He hasn't really had a healthy season for a while. Yep. Like Luka's. I love Luka, bro. Luka, one of my favorite players.
Top 7 in the league easily.
You know what I mean? And then you just don't know. Like, I know we have the same. If I'm gonna assume health for us, I'm assuming health for everyone else. Yeah. But I'm just saying, it's kind of like you truly never know, right?
Yeah.
So it's a lot of.
And you got to see what the schedule gods allot you.
Yes.
Like, because of course this year you're not gonna have them. Oh, we playing Washington tonight. Like, you're not gonna have them 2 games off necessarily. It's never a game off with the Pelicans.
You know what's crazy is I wondered historically, or at least recently, the last couple years, the Pelicans do well against teams that decide to be bad. You know what I mean?
Teams,
for the most part, you beat tanking teams or bad teams. Every NBA season is just have bad teams, bro.
Yeah.
Like every season is just some teams are going to be bad. I hope they can at least keep that element of do the minimum of beating the teams that you're supposed to beat. Right. They're going to be teams that when they line them up, you're going to be better than that team. You 100% got to win 80% of those games.
And like, again, like, we talk about player for player, you're better than Sacramento for the most part. Player, you're better than Memphis. Player for player, you're better than Golden State. No movie. Pod's just another guy for the most part.
No Jimmy.
Draymond a year older. No Jimmy. You know what I'm saying? Like, You should be better than that team.
Yeah.
Is Dallas is debatable. Like, you know what I'm saying? You should be better than a lot, like a few of those teams in your tier. Phoenix, I think Phoenix is better, but you know, you should be in that tier. Like, it should be up for discussion at least.
There's also teams who hadn't addressed their needs. Like, even if they've kept their players, I don't think they addressed their needs of last year. Like, we have a need that we haven't addressed as well. But again, maybe they're looking at internal growth. The Suns haven't got a point guard. They desperately needed a point guard.
And we happen to have a point guard that they could use too.
Yeah,
Rich, call my phone.
I think we can. We're gonna see.
Oh, in Utah as well. Utah gonna do their thing. I think
it's gonna be interesting, man. Shout out to Mike, man, as always. You're
right,
in the chat. Appreciate you. And again, this is one of the other two players that's in that tier that we're talking about of just kind of like I expect these people to just be quality rotation, like just do your job, right? I expect Sadiq Bey to do his job. I need it's year 3 for Eves. We can't keep saying what if Eves does this, right? And shout out to Mike. I actually expect Eves to make another step. I think he could be what Jared Allen is, plus Eves is 2 inches taller. So like, what do you think? Like, people forget Jared Allen, like the early Jared Allen, all he did pretty much block shots and rebound the ball. You know what I mean? Why and you know, high motor plays.
Yeah,
that's kind of what Eves is. Can Eves be, in your opinion, like a mold of that?
Yeah, I think, you know, absolutely. I think he could be, to me, comparable to Nick Claxton as soon as next year. Because Nick Claxton is a guy who I thought was going to be the next Jared Allen, but he kind of fell a little short of that, like kind of stumbled a little bit out of the gates. But I think Eve could be as comparable to him by next season. A lot of times, much like, I know some people say this about Hawkins. Some people say this about, you can say this about a number of guys, even Zion. Where you get drafted matters so much, bro.
Yes.
Like, your first team matters so much. Wow. What up, Dan? While I like to give, you know, Tyrese Maxey all the credit in the world, I'm like, damn, I don't even know if you're the same player if you come to the Pelicans. Whoa, what up with your Dev? Shout out to the homie Dev. I don't even know if you're the same player if you come to the Pelicans, bro. Because for so long, developmental wasn't a part of our game. Like, you know, it wasn't part of a strong point of our organization. And guys had, if they didn't take their career into their own hands, they was, you know, they out of luck. It was BYOB, bring your own bag. So I think with Eve, he's another guy who is taking his career into his own hands. He's entering year 3, like you just said. Man, at this point, you're playing basketball closer to a decade than you were when you started. You know what I'm saying? Came to the league playing roughly about 5 years. Kind of know what his bread and butter is. Was like, man, Eve, if Eve does 2 things, if he like just continues to, well, if he improves his rebounding a little bit and just continue what he does, finishing at the rim, continue what he does, guarding along the perimeter, continue what he does, rebounding. I know I say 2 things, but I'm sorry, shot blocking, because last year he averaged like 1.5 blocks, if I'm not mistaken. It's nothing to sneeze at. Didn't get the minutes, but I'm sure he would have averaged close to 8 rebounds. He finishes at the rim like any other big man would. And on the perimeter, I don't think he's a liability. So I expect Eve to be at least a solid rotational player, fringe starter this upcoming season.
Yeah, I agree.
And he playing for some money too.
He is playing for some money. He got an extension, you know, coming up. They got to make
eligible. Yeah,
they got to make a decision on Eves, and then Eves is one of those players that, like, Eves is the type that can end up being traded during the season. You know, he's one of those players that, like, people start looking at when it's like, we need a rotational big or energy guy, stuff like that. So it would behoove him also to play as best as he can. Again, like you say, the money's out there, and also if Eve plays well, it's a possibility you could, you know, assert yourself, and you could be a starter. You could be the starting 5 of this team moving forward.
Yeah,
you know, if you that it's a. I think.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you good. You got it.
No, I was saying, like, when again, like watching some of Eve film recently, I'm like, I can see it. Like I can see a world where this works, and it's not like I don't have to bend and twist and alter reality for it to work. I'm just like, well, just keep doing what you're doing and rebound better, bro. and you can you can be a solid starter in the league. You ain't like you don't to me, and that's the thing with Eve is like, it's like you just gotta take a step. You ain't gotta take a leap.
Yeah.
See, a motherfucker who gotta take a leap. Now that's a little that's different. You just gotta take a step. If you continue to take steps, you cool. You know, now if you take a leap, like damn, what the fuck? Like, you know, it'll be crazy. But you just gotta take a step.
What I'm hoping for, and again, man, that's why when we talk about these things, like we've seen in spots, right? Everybody show what they could be. Like we've seen stretches from Eves. Eves played a lot in the his rookie season. And again, man, Eves had zero expectation when he was drafted. People thought Eves was gonna be horrible.
People that pick. Yeah, myself included. I didn't like the pick at all. Myself included.
And then Eve, bro, listen to how you talk about Eves now. So that goes to show like you're willing to change your opinion based on what a player shows.
Yeah, it's like once we got to the regular season and he was just thrust into the starting lineup, he was incredibly serviceable. And like he's gone from serviceable to like, all right, yeah, all right. Then and so this year I need you to be good. I can't trade them unless I'm upgrading them. Like I couldn't trade them unless it's for an upgrade. And some people are already there. Some people like I wouldn't trade them unless it was for a clear upgrade. And to me, that's why I think the next step is for him to be like, wait a minute now. This dude is an important part to what we do. If we moving him, it got to be for a much better player. Like we gotta. I'm sorry, it got to be on the incline. It can't just be like an average Joe type player. So yeah, I think he's absolutely capable of taking that step.
Again, to circle back to the overall theme, I'm under the assumption they're not making any moves, right? No significant moves. With that being, and not saying that y'all stupid, bro. Yeah, bro. People thought it was like, I can't remember who was on the. I wanted them to trade up and go get Khalil.
That's what everybody wanted.
I was like, man, go get Khalil, but
nigga tried to argue me down one time that Hilton Armstrong was good. I was like, bruh. No, I was there. Hilton Armstrong and with Cedric Simmons. Oh, now that's a bad draft.
Say, bro, listen. Sometimes you miss. Sometimes you miss.
It happens.
Yeah, and then for Eves again, if we're talking about Eves going into year 3, I'm looking at Eves being on a cheap deal. And it's kind of like, why can't Eves? I'm not saying that he will or won't, but why can't I expect Eves to do what I expect Nick Richards to do? Like I'm just like, if I brought in Nick Richards and said, I know they're two different players, but I'm just saying, if I got Eves on my roster, Eves going into year 3, I think the coaching and having a definitive role should not like from your own work should also help propel you by just saying, listen, bro, they had you switching, they had you doing this, they had you doing. You know what I need you to do? Go rebound and block shots. Let's see you do that first. And set a screen or two, catch the ball, stuff like if they just the peace of mind of knowing exactly what you're supposed to do and where you're supposed to be, I think you can see Eve take a step just off of clarity alone.
Yeah, just off some true direction. A guy who's very experienced with working with front court players. Again, we talk about Jonathan Isaac, Goga Batase, Wendell Carter Jr., Mo Wagner, whatever you consider Franz to be, or what have you. It's a lot of them. He's worked with a lot of them, and now he's here. And I don't think Wendell Carter Jr. is. I mean, I think he's a he's a starting NBA center, but I don't think he's like leaps and bounds better than Eve right now, or like a lot. I don't think he's leaps and bounds better than most centers right now. Same thing with Daniel Gafford. I think there's definitely a world to where you could be like, all right, well, we got a very quality rotational guy. My thing with Eve has always been, what happens when this guy sits down? And that's why I really want like the Nick Richards type person, because I'm like averaging, about 6 boards a game, give you a good 20 minutes, that way you keep a real center on the court at all times.
Man, fuck that. I'm transitioning to the next guy, and the last guy that we talking about, Carlo. I'm not.
Oh, we ain't even talking about Bryce, but let's talk about Carlo.
Yeah, we could do now. We could do Carlo. We could do Carlo and Bryce because they both, to me, they both fit in that role of just kind of like rotational X factors, right? Just like if I think they can be a part of the rotation, but bro, Carlo has so much that he possibly can provide again with the shooting if he gets more volume. Again, Carlo's game fit with all of the big, like fits with every big on the floor. He can stretch, he's athletic. You see him protect the paint at times. He needs to get strong as well, which hopefully that comes along. But he got more of the European style game anyway. He just plays a little more aggressive than most of them. But like if Carlo takes another leap and you telling me I got Queen, which again, lottery pick that I'm expecting to take a step. Eves, if Eves just does with more minutes, just what he does in his minutes, because Eves is pretty productive in his minutes. Just continue to be that. And Carlo, we could just get a consistency of Carlo. Carlo experienced the same thing that Poole did. Eve did, Poole did. Three of your best, in my opinion, three of your impact players weren't consistently utilized.
The roles were just super inconsistent, man. Like just it was just fucking terrible.
Yeah. So like with that being the case, it's just kind of like, dog, if you have Eves, listen, Carlo, we could say Carlo was inconsistent. A lot of these dudes' roles are inconsistent. Again, I guess, listen, that's part of the league as well. That's part of the league as well, right? Like nothing is guaranteed, right? And then it goes salary basis. Like your people that normally make the money gonna play the game. That's who's gonna take the shots. You have to fight and call. Like you got to be really good to carve your role and like make your niche and stuff like that. But again, this is what, year 3 for Carlo too, if I'm not mistaken.
Maybe year 4, maybe, is it?
Might be
because he was drafted with EJ Liddell, wasn't he? And he sat out a year.
Yeah, okay. He went overseas for a year, if I'm not mistaken. I thought he was like a stash. So again, if it's year 4 for Carlo, no, ain't no excuse, bro. Because if you don't get it done this year, then what we need you for?
Like, to me, Carlo's just a typical like European player from the standpoint of he's been playing professional basketball for most of his life at this point. Like, they start playing, they fucking 12. Like they getting W2s and shit. So what, they get like 1099s and shit. So I think with him, with increased volume, solid 15 to 18 minutes a night where he could just go 100%. That way the team is constantly running and gunning. He's another person, like if he gets stronger, can give you a little something on the boards. You're gonna get a block here and there, some highlight players, really good energy player. My expectation for him is just like you're an energy guy. So some night you go out there, some nights you're gonna have it, some nights you're not. I might need a stronger match, like physically stronger guy in this matchup. But if the energy's low, if I can't get the team going, I'm gonna need you out there, man, doing what you do well, hitting them corner threes, blocking shots, running the floor, dunking on motherfuckers, doing your thing. I think again, to me, with certain guys, they're already capable of doing what you need them to do. They just need the minutes. Like you just say, like Eve and his minutes, it's cool. Like if Eve is playing, let's say 28 minutes, and he's giving you, I don't need like 10 points, but let's just say he's giving you like 8 and 9. Like it's a solid rotational start, 8 and 9.
You don't really see game. You don't really see Eves get dominated in his minutes.
Yeah,
you know what I mean,
the worst Eve game I've ever seen is probably like he had a great game versus Indiana once last season. Then the next game, he was just terrible versus Huff. Like we just kept leaving Huff open. Huff hit like 30 fucking threes. It was just terrible. But I don't remember Eve having a ton of games where he was just like totally dominated.
Yeah. Because what he does shows up every night. Like he's going to hustle. He's going to, it's just when he does some of the dumb stuff, like when he just can't catch a pass or something like that. It's like frustrating. But he's just not out there just getting dominated every night. So it's just kind of like you got to have more of that from these players on the court, and I think that goes a long way. Shout out to Bryce. Shout out by you, Sniper. I would like to see Bryce find a consistent and comfortable role on his team, like Chris Dunn with the Clippers and his resurgence could set our bench apart. I agree, and this a good thing talking about Chris Dunn. Bryce is in a similar mold to that. Just he, got his opportunity defensively and just was able to knock down some threes. Basically, smart player, played on the wing. Now that's the thing is we hadn't even talked about what I look at as just complete unknowns, right? I think PV is an unknown.
I think Hawk, if I had to guess today, he'd be out of the rotation.
Yeah, Hawk. We don't even think Hawk gonna be on the team. Pierre is a complete unknown right now.
He might even be with the team.
Yeah, he might not be with the team, so he's an unknown right now, right? And again, if he finds some rhythm and somehow makes this team with the athleticism and the scoring that we saw, from his college film from him, if any of that translates, bro.
What up, Jess?
With that level of athleticism, what's good, Jess? Always, man. Make sure y'all hit the like button, bro. Appreciate y'all.
I think Ryan is making an excellent point because this is my thing because I just looked this up. I happened to look this up while Ryan was typing this. Michael Peavy played 21 minutes last season. Won't happen, right? You might play 18.
I can't imagine it.
That's why.
Well, Peavy was playing. Think about it. Peavy was here initially, playing minutes early, and Peavy was playing early in the season. Yeah. And then Rice came along later and pretty much took a bunch of those minutes. You also got to remember Jose got a bunch of minutes last year, and Jose is no longer on the team. So somebody is going to collect all of the Jose minutes, right?
DeJounte. But remember, DeJounte missed the whole season. So I think the guard minutes is like locked up, right? For
I would imagine. Well, yeah, I would imagine it is. I like DeJounte and Fierce and Poole. Yeah. That's probably all of your guard minutes. So let's let's run through a minute.
Because this reflects Bryce and Carlos specifically, like these things.
Yes. Yeah. So let's say. Right, and we'll do realistically in an NBA game. You're probably playing 10 people, 11 maybe
11 at
maybe
the most.
11, something like that. Yeah. And then it depends on who plays what, foul trouble, injuries, stuff like that.
Fouls, injuries, shit like that.
Whatever. Matchups. Right. So this is somebody asked earlier in the chat, here it is. But shout out to you, Coach. Give me y'all starting five on the current roster. Who you choose to DQ and Missy at the 5? Now look, we'll address this as far as we'll pick 5 because we're not, we going through the minutes and whatnot right now, but not who knows what the starting 5 is going to be. This is not us saying what we think the starting 5 is because who knows what they're going to end up doing. I personally think every position other than Zion and Trey's is going to be up for competition, to be honest. But so who
I'm just thinking about bro from yesterday, bro. Like, go ahead, bitch me, see if I care. I'm like, man, shut up.
DeJounte Murray, Herb, for Zion missing, probably, most likely. That's the most ideal one. So what's your 5, bro?
My most ideal 5 is, unfortunately, DeJounte, Bryce, Zion, Trey, and Eve Messi. I have no weaknesses there, right? Because I can only base it on what I saw last year.
Okay.
I have no weaknesses there. I got my shooting for Bryce shot close to 40% last season. Most of those shots coming on the catch and shoot. Trey, we already know what Trey does. DeJounte, career 30? I think he's career 39% catch and shoot shooter. We already know what Zion can do in the paint. Zion got chemistry playing with Eve Messi. Well, what up, Night Wall? Shout out to you. So I think that's the most ideal matchup. Bryce is a low usage guy. That's really, to me, why I want to start Bryce. Low usage guy. Not because I got DeJounte's gonna have the ball in his hands a lot. Zion's gonna have the ball in his hands a lot. I just need guys that could benefit off of that gravity. Even with Sadiq, I can argue starting Sadiq, but Sadiq, tends to hold the ball a little bit, slow the offense down. And I feel better about a second unit with Poole, Sadiq, Herbs, Queens passing. I feel like I got enough I should have enough defense
Yeah.
with Bryce, Trey, Zion, Messi, and DeJounte, I should have enough defense to where, because if Herb is all that matters defensively, then what the fuck are we doing here?
Mm-hmm.
Then you telling me the coach don't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's enough offense and defense on both sides. And the usage you got, because you go on the second unit, you got a high usage guy, Jordan Poole, high usage guy. You said if they start Bryce. Hey, because to me,
they DNP Poole.
To me,
I guess they did collapse.
To me, the guy that should be most upset, because I think Poole is kind of willing to accept coming off the bench, especially with DeJounte being here.
I think if you could get the minutes, I think so. Yeah.
The guy that should be most upset would be Sadiq Bey.
Yeah.
And it's like, are you willing to not do them post ups, like talking about it no more? Because that would be the question. Like, to me, it got to be Sadiq Bey or Bryce. That's where I'm at for us.
Okay. So Sadiq Bey or Bryce. Y'all put some good lineups in here. DeJounte Murray, Herb, Trey, Zion, Eves. Then another one, Fizz, Trey, Zion, Bey, DQ. Oof.
Now that might be the lineup that really get the locker
That's
room.
the one that gets, that's the one that I have, boy, Lord. Fierce, Poole, Sadiq, DQ, Bryce. Oh, that's the bench. Oh, I was about to say.
Okay.
I was about to say, because he dropped his start lineup. That was his starters right there.
No, that's what? Hold on.
No, Bayou Sniper had this one.
Okay.
Zion,
now that
DQ,
one. Yeah. With your boy gonna be on TV again like this. I started hearing your name. Stephen A went through a lot too. That's how they were treating me. Like, man, all I ever wanted was to be accepted.
Bro,
like, boy, get the fuck out of here.
Boy, listen, y'all gonna be cutting up. DeJounte Murray, Trey, Zion, Big Carlo. I know a lot of people been talking about starting Carlo like a
you know what? I like that in a NASCAR
like
lineup. I like that in like a NASCAR fast-paced lineup.
Two shooters. Would you want Fizz in that, or you trust DeJounte a little bit more?
I don't trust DeJounte on anything, but I think I would want Fizz. I think but see, DeJounte still, he can run the break and pass the ball. Like, DeJounte still can pass the motherfucking rock. Yeah, Fizz is just faster. So if there's a turnover, now DeJounte gets a lot of deflections because he's got a crazy wingspan, so he can get into those passing lanes, cause deflections. Zion, he got caught gambling a bit too much last season, but if there is a deflection, we've seen several times that the Zion can go get it, DeJounte can go get it, Trey can go get it on the deflection. You know who the one person that I probably wouldn't put in this if it was a NASCAR lineup?
Who? Sadiq Bey.
I just think Sadiq's a bad transition player.
You could probably play Bryce.
I'd probably put Bryce right there. Bryce or Fizz.
Yeah, you can play Bryce or Fizz. There's another one. Fizz, Trey, Zion, Carlo, Eves. The two big. You still got the space.
I like mad at them lineups.
I had thought about that. I don't think they should start, but I absolutely believe you should have. I think you should see more two big lineups throughout the entire season. I think we'll see more of that where you'll see like Carlo, Eves, DQ Carlo, DQ Eves. I think they'll try to almost throughout majority of the game, you'll probably see two bigs other than what they start with, right?
Okay.
I wouldn't be surprised. This will probably be my starting lineup though. Fizz, DJ, Trey, Zion, Eves. If it's me, I probably run that. I probably run the two guards with Zion and Trey getting downhill, make DeJounte because I think he plays really well in the catch and shoot game, and it allows him to like get to his midi. You know what I mean? Defensively, you might have to worry about it, but look, you still got Eves. Eves hopefully takes a step. If Zion, I need you to defend. And again, to your point earlier, if I got Herb Jones, Sadiq Bey, all like on my bench, Poole still, that's a lot of scoring on my bench.
Yeah, it's still a lot.
Like Bryce, I still should be able to. We should be able to blitz fucking people on the bench. And part of no Herb starting is I think Herb is better maximized off the bench. Also, I think he would just destroy second units defensively, right? Like if you know how Jose used to just Najee when they was subbing to the game against second units, they would be able to be impactful defensively.
Yeah,
I think you should be able to see that level of just chaos from Herb defensively, causing deflections, messing up second unit, being able to guard, because you shouldn't be guarding the best player. You should be able to stop whoever's initiator of the offense.
you know what I'm sorry to cut you off. I
Good.
apologize. You know what this lineup signals to me though?
Hmm.
Zion getting the post.
I don't think so. I think
I say that because it's like if Fears, DeJounte, and Zion all kind of operate in the same area, and Eve not like a a threat for us, like off for self creation or catch and shoot. I'm just like, where is the best player getting their touches at in this lineup? And because if there's a world you can say, all right, DeJounte, you're gonna hand it off, you're gonna go park in that corner over there, be ready. Fears, me and you, we the two foot speed advantage creators. We're gonna play off of one another. Trey, be ready because we looking for you. I can see that, and to me, that's ideal. But just like when I think about the human element and who I'm dealing with, it's just like, man, Jonathan not gonna stand in no motherfucking corner. Like, so that's why I'm like, that's why I say it would take so much buy-in that I'm just like,
You know what I'm interested to see? And I think if Jamal Mosley is the stern coach that DeJounte is used to, like the coach in San Antonio, right? And again, Mosley don't have the resume of Greg Popovich, obviously. But if you command the room the way you're supposed to as the coach, and you're showing that not only is this going to help our team, but you're going to benefit as well. Because I think DeJounte could benefit more from playing. He ain't got to play off ball completely, but just a little bit more. Like, you're going to still allow you to do your thing, bro. Yeah. And then you got to think also when we start running subs and whatnot, when we start like interchanging, we only talking about the beginning, 5-6 minutes of the game before you start subbing people in. Then when Poole comes in, we might be able to do some of what you're talking about.
I'm trying to think of a fast way to look this up. I might have to Google it. I want to know what's the average amount of threes that starting units shoot, like elite offenses shoot in the NBA, elite starting units, because I need another person to shoot like 5 threes in the starting lineup.
I think you're gonna have through over the course of the game. I think you're gonna have volume from DeJounte, Trey, and Fears for sure. I think Trey, you looking at 10 a game. I think DeJounte and Fears, if they got the minutes, you're looking at about 6 apiece from both of them. Shout out to Louisiana. They got asked when Steiner how it was when they asked DeJounte to sit in the corner. Wasn't fun. Again, we'll see. Everybody, this is where I'm at. Again, I do not care, bro. If y'all self-wreck the season, that's on y'all. We just saying based on the talent, everybody being healthy, everybody being available, there are no excuses. That's the whole point of everything. They shouldn't, not saying that they shouldn't make a move. That's not what we're saying. I'm not letting them off the hook with like not doing anything. What I am saying is if they decide not to do anything, y'all motherfuckers still got to be held accountable to do y'all jobs and go out there and play and perform because y'all good players. I would understand if we talking about second-year players, rookies, you know what I'm saying? Anybody who got
we need a bunch of robots.
But listen, this is another thing too. You saw, shout out to Minnesota when Julius Randle got in his feelings.
Yeah, Moody.
Julius Randle got in his feelings, and what they do?
You gotta go.
You gotta go, bro. We can't have nobody throwing off the juju. We went to 2 straight Western Conference Finals. You can't be out here.
We got good vibes in this locker room,
and out there sacrificing his you know what I mean? This dude wasn't even supposed to play in the playoffs. And you mad? Yeah. Come on, bro. Everybody gotta sacrifice. And with that being the case, if y'all want to do something special, right? You want to really give yourself a chance to run. It ain't because the talent ain't there. I don't want to hear about no motherfucking egos, even though you know people got egos. And guess what? If you do have ego, you better be fucking great.
Gotta be cold.
Like, and like when Ant, remember the video when Chris Finch was like, pass the ball or whatever. Ant was like, no, I'm into the next play. They show him keep it in a double team, shoot that bitch in the corner, knock
like
it down.
Even in FIBA, it was like, need you to come off the bench, Ant. Kobe came off the bench. Like, you know, say such and such came off the bench for Kobe. I'm like, you don't have a Kobe.
Kobe ain't out here.
Yeah, what the fuck you talking about? Like, you know, so yeah. Look,
but
man.
Listen, Ant and to Ant point, Ant was the best player on that team.
Right.
Ant was like Brunson was on that team, and Ant was better.
Like, so, shout to Ken. That's a great point. He said, I see what you're saying, Chaz. B.I. was hurt. And when he was out, when they was number one team, CJ and Trey was averaging 7 threes a night. You know, and that's why I think Jordan you need Poole, an additional. When I look at how Detroit has succeeded, aside from Cade just being incredible and Duran having a really good year, even the year prior, it's always been those crazy shooting lineups like Malik going crazy, Tim Hardaway going crazy, Tobias does shoot threes, Cade shoots threes. You know what I'm saying? Now you got Duncan Robinson, you got Herter who had a down year, but you had a couple guys. So, but I think Zion don't really do it. Like, even if Zion added 2, it's like
it's only so much.
It's only so much he gonna really do from beyond the arc. Like, I think the others got like you need somebody like one individual person that takes like 6 threes a game. Like
Poole typically averages like 8 threes a game.
Yeah,
you need Poole to average 8 or more. You need Trey to turn his 8 to 10. You need Fears to from 4 or 5.
And I'm just talking about the starting lineup.
Yeah, nah. As a team, you gotta. And as a team, you cannot get outshot by 23s a game.
Yeah, like even with Bryce only averages 2 threes. You got to get that up to at least 4 or 5.
Yeah, if you're gonna play, you have to be able to shoot the ball from 3. Yeah. Like I ain't saying like you have to at least get the attempts up, unless you're shooting terribly. And again, at that point, don't shoot. Yeah, but for the most part, the players that we're talking about, right? Like the volume players or whatever, like they don't necessarily shoot that bad. Like Poole, again, people talk about Poole's averages. He's shooting 30, like career. I think he's like a 33% 3-point shooter. But again, he's shooting like 8 of them holes. So we talking about 3 makes a game. You know what I'm saying? Like 3 makes a game is a pretty substantial number, not to mention the games where you shoot 10 of them holes and you make 4 of them. You know what I mean? So it's a numbers game at the end of the day. It's a number game at the end of the day. Bryce is the next Najee for us, not play style, but taking the jump. We'll see. We'll see. But we left off at the starters. My starters is that one we looked at. DJ, Fears, Z, Trey, Eves. Right? So we know in some format that they get minutes. After that, you got people we know for sure are gonna play. Sadiq Bey's gonna play.
Yeah.
Derek Queen's gonna play because neither one of us had him as a starter. Derek Queen's gonna play. Who else you got? You think Poole 100% gonna play?
Yeah.
Okay. I think Poole 100% gonna play. That's 8 players. Who are we missing?
You said Bryce?
Yeah, you have Bryce as a starter. I'm going based off.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah. So
if Herb's here, he's absolutely gonna play.
Oh, forgot all about Herb.
Yeah, it's easy. I don't think he's gonna be playing 28 minutes, but I definitely think he's gonna play.
I think it'd be like 25. If he's playing well, we'll see.
I think the 2 guys, well, aside from Micah Peavy, I think the one guy that whose minutes is very dependent upon how Derek is playing is Carlo. I don't think Carlo's guaranteed minutes whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
I think him Micah, and
Carlo, Micah. I agree with Micah. Being
and
the rest of the
whoever.
roster though is a
Yeah, like
consequence
DeAndre Jordan. No,
because
you're
it's
not really, you
DJ.
know.
Yeah, it's DJ and Hawk right now.
Yeah,
That's the
so
other.
if Carlo could get you some really good minutes, because he don't have to be your backup center. Like because your 4 minutes are pretty much locked up between Sadiq Bey and Derek, right? So if let's say Carlo and Eve are your centers, Sadiq Bey and Derek are your power forwards. Zion and
so let's do this. Let's run a rotation based off your starting lineup, right? So you starting DeJounte. Let's go with what you had. You had Bryce, right? Z, Trey, and Eves. Okay. Obviously, we think the sub for DeJounte is Fizz. Right? Okay, so let's do that. Fizz. Who do you think subs in for Bryce? Because your next sub, your sub at the Herb. So let's say Fizz is probably first off the bench, and then Herb ideally.
I can see that, yeah.
Okay, so Herb, and then you got Z and Trey, which is probably gonna be Sadiq, Bey, and Poole.
Yep.
Bey, Poole, and then for Eves is Queen.
Yeah.
Queen. That's 10 players. Right? And then at some point, right, I can't imagine again, and I guess it's like gameplay because you're talking about these players probably gonna play like the first. I wonder if he's gonna run like long rotations and pause. I don't know if that's crazy or not, but like the first, you know how like we used to do early subs, like they would sub a motherfucking out. You know,
I don't think they playing that shit with Zion no more.
Oh, he gonna get them. He gonna get.
Yeah, I don't think they playing. If we still doing that, then all right, it's over.
Yeah,
like we can't do it no more. Zion needs to be playing like 35 minutes.
Z can't come out first, bro.
Yeah, not no more.
Yeah, I think we.
Now you gotta be responsible for us. You know the body type, like you know what I'm saying. So you don't want to be foolish just to prove a point, but. Yeah, you gotta Zion that he probably need to get up to like 36, 37 minutes.
30. I need anywhere between consistently like a minimum of 32 and upwards of like 35, 30. You know what I'm saying?
That's fair. That's fair.
32 to 35 a night, bro.
Because again, you gotta be realistic about the physical player you're talking about.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's absolutely fair.
If we could get 32 to, I think that's going to be the expectation for Z as well. 32 to 35. I think Trey looking at about 32 to 35 as well. Like Trey plays, you know what I mean? He's in either Trey plays. So let's say 32 to 35. Eves is probably what? 20 minutes?
You say 20?
I'm just asking. Like, what do you think?
I think Eve about to play like 28 minutes if this roster stay the same.
Yeah, assuming they're the same.
Yeah, I think he'll play about 28, 27, 28 minutes.
Ooh, how many minutes did Wendell Carter play? Hold on.
I don't think it's comparable though.
Well, I'm just saying he was his starting center. That's the only reason I even thought about it. But like
I say that because they had 3 motherfuckers that could play center behind Wendell Carter.
That's true. Let me just look that up. Wendell Carter averaged 27 minutes a game.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah,
that sounds about right. 27, 28 minutes.
Okay. So how many minutes do Queen average? Who averaged more minutes, Queen or Eves?
I think Eve gonna average more minutes than Queen.
You think so?
Yeah. Okay. I got a theory on how I think the season goes initially. I think if there's no point in time when it is like, man, Derek, I can't play at the 5. If there's no point in time where that happens, I'll be like, oh, all right, like Derek then took the fucking step.
Yeah,
defensively, I mean. Like if he take that motherfucking step, then that's nice. I think for us shot blocking, it'll still not really be there. But I think Derek gonna play 20 minutes.
20 minutes a game.
It depends. Like that's why I say
somebody gonna take a hit on their minutes as we going through.
It got to be Herb. That's why I keep saying it's like there has to be a world where you can play Derek with another big. Like that world has to exist. It's only so many minutes to go around right now, even with this current thing. Like someone has to be subtracted from the lineup, and somebody just ain't gonna be playing some nights. I think most nights is gonna be Carlo, who just ain't playing. And I think there exists.
Do you think there's a world where Bryce is not playing?
I think if Herb is playing exceptionally well, there could be a world where Bryce not playing, because like to me the 3 to 4 most obvious not playing people, because you're not gonna disrespect Herb mind like that. I don't think, and you paying them big bread. To me, the 3-4 most likely not gonna play people is Derek, Carlo. Of course, we already said Peavy, but Derek, Carlo, Bryce, and maybe Herb occasionally. But you're not gonna do it with Herb.
Like, I think you're gonna run. I think they gotta go into the season with. I think your big money play, because to the point that I'm trying to make, you gonna go into the season and gonna ride or die with the players that you're paying. You're gonna give them opportunity. Let me sort this by minutes per game. So last year, Trey played 35 minutes a game. Sadiq played 31 minutes a game.
It's a lot of minutes.
Zion was at 30. Herb was at 28. DeJounte, when he got back, played 28. I don't know, Josh Aduro.
That was like, I don't even count him. Yeah.
But that was at the end. And then Fears played around 26. Queen was at 25. Poole only played 24 minutes a game. Again, he didn't play a lot at all. Jose was at 20. Bryce was at 20 when he played. Ease only played 20 minutes a game. Everybody else under that don't necessarily matter. DeAndre played 16. Micah 15. Carlo 14. The rest of those don't.
So if we just stop at 12, right? Let's say you take Jose's minutes and you give Jeremiah about 3.
You probably
28.
Do you think? Do you think? Because DeJounte average last year was, what was this, 27? Do you think DeJounte or Fears is a 30-minute player?
Yeah, absolutely. Like DeJounte, he's been a 30-minute guy in his career. Yeah, I think anyone who's like capable of starting at a real level can play 30 minutes. I think DeJounte could play 30 minutes. I think Fears could play 30 minutes. I don't think he'll get there. I think he'll get close to like 28. And then I think they just gonna like kind of divvy up the minutes. Like they gonna divvy up Jose's minutes to like Poole, Bryce, Zion's gonna get more minutes. You know, I just like I'm just looking at the roster, even thinking about Orlando. You had 4 very capable front court defensive players. And not saying Derek is terrible defensively. I'm not saying the numbers suggest that, right? I'm not saying it. Just the numbers suggest it. You can interpret the numbers. You know, people interpret how they want to. I'm saying, to me, there's a difference between like Wendell coming out and Jonathan Isaac at the 5, or Wendell coming out and even Goga to a degree at the 5. Wendell coming out, Mo Wagner at the 5. I think Derek gonna have to survive at the 5 defensively, and if he can't, then you might see, the numbers got to go down a little bit. Eve, you're going to play about 28 minutes. I really believe that. I really believe if Eve's playing well, he's going to play like 27, 28 minutes, I think.
Do you think there's a world where when DQ is in at the 5, if he plays okay defensively, you're the wrong person to ask, I guess, but his offense can like account for it, because how I look at it is Trey is paid to be an offensive player.
Right.
DQ to me was brought here because of the offense, not what they thought he would be defensively. So I'm not paying DQ to be motherfucking Eves. I'm paying DQ to do DQ like things. Mm-hmm. If he is getting minutes at the 5, if the offense is efficient and effective, and like he's just not awful defensively, do you think you can see him get more minutes at the 5? Bless you.
Thank you. Because I don't know. I can't really see him getting more than like
25.
Yeah, like maybe something along those lines. Because I'm thinking like, because it's like, all right, what does this mean for Carlo? Like, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's why I say something that if
Carlo's
you're like hell
man out.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. If you're hell bent on playing Carlo, nobody after, let's say, if you remove Josh and Jose, that'll get you to 10. That means nobody after 10 probably realistically gonna play most nights.
You think it's possible that because I think it could be a possibility where, like, let's say Herb, Poole, and Sadiq are playing relatively well, right? Mm-hmm. I think there's a world where you could see Carlo take Bryce's minutes, and maybe Bryce is the one that's out because they might think to play more a more, you know.
Wait, say who you said just now? You said Herb.
Like if because I think players like Fears is gonna play regardless. I think like Fierce is going to get his minutes regardless. I think
you said Herb, Poole,
and Sadiq Bey, because I think that's where Bryce's minutes are.
Yeah,
like his minutes are dependent on those three. Whichever one is not playing well of those three is where Bryce and like a Peavy's minutes kick in.
I guess it depends on what you need in that lineup. Like if you're looking for like size matters, so you're looking for like you need a big man on the floor. Maybe you put PV in there. Again, Sadiq Bey is a really good rebounder for his position, so he gonna play more like at the 4, I'd imagine.
Listen, bro, preseason matters so much. People be talking about these games don't matter. Preseason matter so much, bro.
I just think, honestly, Herb just the odd man out, though. Like, it's just no way around it, bro. Like, Herb really just the odd man out, dog. Like, it's no way around it.
If you turn Herb into, let's say, obviously, and I don't want to get into the conversation of it right now, but like, let's say you turn Herb into Ben Mathurin, right? Do you think it like it clears up everything? Or do you still have the same argument as far as like Sadiq Bey and Bryce?
No. If I think it puts you in a position where DeJounte becomes more of an odd man out, right?
You think so?
Bryce, or maybe Bryce, because Bryce is going to be a 3-and-D guy. That's not Ben's game necessarily, if they even really have this interest in Ben Mathurin.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, when I look at like the backcourt minutes generally, and I'm looking at like Poole and Poole and Ben are similar players. So I'm looking at Poole, Ben, Fears, and DeJounte.
No, I cannot think they take. I cannot just see them.
And you're not gonna bring like, to me, Bryce would play probably like 15 minutes or something like that.
Yeah.
If Ben Mathurin was brought in, he's probably taking all of Herb's minutes.
I'd imagine so.
And Bryce gonna play about 15. The other 6 probably go to.
If Ben Mathurin was the offseason signing, I'm on record of being like, I would be on record being like, Ben Mathurin's gonna be a starter playing 25 to 28 minutes a game minimum.
To me, like, well, I can see a world where he comes off the bench depending on how strong the defense is. But I think it would have to be him or Sadiq, right? But or even if it's like a person who gonna be, you're gonna be low usage Bryce, but the first person off the bench is gonna be Ben or this person or what have you. But if Ben Mathurin is the addition, I think, Bryce 10 to 15 minutes, depending on how everything going tonight. Probably being like that Kenny Hustle type role. Again, I gotta look at this year's roster, but like Herb certainly wouldn't be playing those 28 minutes. He'd probably be closer to like 19. Like, you know what I'm saying? He probably close to like 19 minutes. So if I'm lessening, like, shout out to Ryan, if I'm taking away Herb's shit, he ain't gonna get 8 attempts. He might get like 6 attempts, 5. He might get like 5 attempts. Like,
you're talking about this year?
No, I'm in that scenario where there's a Ben Mathurin. Then again, Ben Mathurin wouldn't be on the roster if Herb wouldn't even be on the roster if you got Ben Mathurin, most likely.
Exactly.
So he would let's take them 8 attempts from Herb. Let me get that out your player. Take about I can't see Derek getting no 9 attempts moving forward because he had to be launching them bitches. So let's take about 2 away from you, get you to about 7, 8.
Let's look at the attempts. I've been organized the attempts.
Yeah, Sadiq, you probably gonna take about
Sadiq. I think his numbers will come down a little bit.
Yeah, about 11. Trey probably gonna stay with.
That's another thing. DeAndre probably ain't getting.
He getting 0 minutes. Like it's gonna be interesting, bro. The way they really like put this together. I do think they gotta consolidate to some degree. Like again,
Zion and Trey shooting numbers need to come up a lot.
Like Trey gonna have to take about 18 shots. Zion got to take at least his career.
His career's around 16.
Sadiq probably gonna take closer to 11. Jeremiah Fish probably gonna take about the same.
I think that's gonna be up.
I think about 14.
14, probably be closer to 14. I think unfortunately, he typically averaged somewhere around like 14. So I think it's gonna be somewhere between like 12 and 14 for him. Honestly, I think him coming off the bench, it'll allow him to get more to his typical shooting numbers, to be honest.
Where does it, like, looking at this roster, when you just look at everybody, who do you prefer not shooting a lot going into next season? Like, where does it get to the point where it's like, I don't want you taking this many shots?
Herb shot. I mean, respectfully, Herb shot. What is it? 9? No, that's not right. That is 8 shots a game. Herb shot 5. Like, bro, 5 threes at 30% is just like not like. Most of his shots were threes, which is I understand, but you just didn't shoot it well enough. So like, I'm on if you miss like 2, bro, like I give you the first 2. Whoa, it was good, bro. It was good, Dark Knight. Appreciate y'all.
Like,
it's Herb. For me, it's like who I not want taking shots. I don't want Herb taking as many shots. I told you I want like 13 for DeJounte ain't bad, but I want DeJounte's number down just a tad because I want Zion and Trey's numbers up more. I want DeJounte specifically to facilitate, because I think he's going to start, to facilitate Zion and Trey getting more looks. You know what I'm saying?
You know, I don't hate this roster looking at it, but after about 6, it just get weird, bro. Because, like, I just looked up Nash Reed's shot attempts, right? So, like, hypothetically speaking, if Derek gonna take 9 shots, then like 3 of them gotta be like threes for you to like. So, because you're not very good at the rim. Not saying that he can't improve, but I'm just like,
took 1 3 a game.
It's too, like, that's the thing. Like when shout out to bro earlier when we were talking about Derek starting. Every unit is gonna have to have a guy that's a little more low usage. Like, because there's only so many minutes to go around.
Your stars do what they gotta do,
unless you just an incredible turnover team, so you generate turnover, but you don't turn the ball over a lot, you get put back because some of those shots are offensive rebounds and stuff. Things
putbacks.
Yeah, so that's why I'm just kind of like, I'm trying to see like where the fit is at with some of these guys. Even on the second unit, I'm like, well, you excel in this area, you excel in this area, you excel in this area. you don't excel in any area, but you take a bunch of shots, like be it Herb and Derek, like far as like shooting, you don't excel in any area, but you take a combined what is it, 16 shots, some closer to that, 17
Well,
shots.
that offense need to generate more 3-point attempts. 32 threes a game ain't
That's
nowhere
my
near
point.
enough, bro.
Whereas it's like, no, I almost need Derek to shoot about 3 threes if he's gonna be with the second unit and be like a volume guy. Like, it's the type of shots. Like when we talk about,
again,
no,
if you look at Bryce,
I'm just saying what I'm saying. Yeah.
No, I agree. But I'm to your point. You need more volume from your guys. Like, you need DQ at 1 again. You need him to at least shoot. I'm talking about at least just get up.
He got
about 3 a game. Yeah, like Arlo need to get up 4 to, like, if he's playing, you need to get up 4 to 5 a game. Bryce, I think, need to, like, he's only shot 2. I mean, again, he only had 5 attempts, so that's probably 2. I'm shooting 2 threes and then 2 dunks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everything is either a 3 or at the rim.
Like, for example, last year, Filipowski, right? Filipowski averaged, the last 2 seasons, he averaged 3 3-point attempts a game, right? He played 21 minutes and 23 minutes. He shot, the first season, he shot 35%. Second season, he shot 32%. You know, he played 70 plus games in both seasons. Rebounds,
I 100% agree with this, Bree.
And he averaged 2 assists a game. That's why I'm like, I don't know, bro. I just don't, certain shit I just don't understand, as far as like, I kind of just need a center that either shoots threes or plays like Eve. Like, that's just that's the backup center I need as well. So if I'm gonna have DQ out there, I need him probably more so at the 4. But what does that do to certain other people's minutes? It's just too many people on this roster, in my opinion, that play a certain way that's not necessarily complimentary of other players. Like, you either got to get to the rim or you got to shoot threes. And when you get to the rim, you gotta be all right at the rim. So that's why I'm just kind of like, I don't know.
This is a good question. What do y'all believe in more going into next year, offense or the defense? I personally believe in the offense more, but I know they're going to try to be a better defensive team. I think they're going to be able to score, or they should be able to score, right? Is, can you do enough defensively to not be giving up 120, 130 or whatever? And to your point, can you get enough 3-point volume up to where you could get the scoring that you need?
Because it's like, looking at it, the only person whose threes could stay about the same and you'll be comfortable with it, it's probably Herb and Sadiq.
You said stay the same, like
if Sadiq,
like if Herb shoot 5 a game, I guess you ain't tripping. Sadiq shot almost 6 a game.
I probably need Herb to shoot even less.
Well, I agree, but I'm saying, like, you know, whoever's in that role, which is why I was like, if it, like, DeJounte's 3-point attempts need to go up, in my opinion.
Like, he gonna have to shoot at least 6, especially
like he's shooting, like, as of the numbers, like he was shooting almost 9 twos a game. You know, again, that's layups in his middies. But you gotta, if he can turn those into catch and shoot and get that number close to 6, then I think that, again, bro, that makes a big difference. Like, Jeremiah's number was at, what is he at? Almost 4, and that's a rookie. That's a rookie shooting that, whose 3 was inconsistent. If he's improved that 3, I can guarantee you he gonna get that number up. So
I'm starting to get mad looking at this roster. I'm not gonna lie. I'm starting to get really annoyed looking at this fucking roster, because I'm just like, it's just a couple of players who just like not very efficient offensively, or like like good at this point offensively. And that's why I'm like, well, I probably would rather have better players taking those shots. And that's like my mind state. Like, I kind of would rather have, I don't need my entire starting five taking a bunch of shots. I need the most efficient and best players taking those shots. That's why, like, on paper, the second unit sound like, damn, everybody's talented. But it's like, well, fuck. It's too many of y'all that's like,
let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Part of, and this is where the coaching comes in, because part of the issues the last couple seasons that we've complained about is you become too free.
Yeah,
right.
Way too free.
You become too free, because we're looking at this from this season. You know, let's do that. Let's go back to that 49 win season and look at what the shot distribution was, because I would imagine majority of your shots went to Brandon, Zion, CJ, and Trey. Field goal attempts. There we go. CJ shot 16. Brandon shot 16. Zion shot pretty much 16.
Yeah.
Trey shot 11. But JV got.
But see, Trey didn't start.
Nuh-uh. But that's the point. Yeah. Even your second unit guy, like the better, literally what we just were saying is like, look,
like the better players got the lion's share.
The lion's share of the offense. JV was fourth with 8. And then Herb, shot at this point, he was shooting 40% on 4 3-point attempts. So him shooting 7 attempts,
and that's most not of them bad. Threes. It's like you'll live with that, yeah.
Absolutely. And then look, Hawkins, Jose and Najee and them, everybody else is down. And look, he only really played.
Yeah, I wouldn't even count Brockington.
No. I'm looking. He played 10 people. And then the other one was Larry Nance, who only shot the ball. You know, he was hurt, but he shot the ball 4 times a game, which is not a lot. Dyson shot 5, which is probably, a couple threes a game, and then layups. A couple threes a game and layups. Man. So to your point, right? To your point, the biggest issue that they've had, right, is you started to distribute the offense too much.
Too many people, bro.
To too many people. It's not that you don't have talent. Go back to when you were most effective. CJ, Brandon, Zion, Trey took damn near all your shots. JV took some shots, which you got to feed your big man, right, to make him rebound. Yeah.
And he should have took more shots. That's the crazy part.
He should have took a little more. And then Herb had a great year, but Herb was only shooting, again, 7 shots a game. This is the most ideal fit. Hawkins, who had a really a solid rookie year on 4-3, shot 36% from 3.
That's very solid. I would argue that's good.
Yeah, before Willie Green broke him. So, I mean, if in your most effective season, right, what was it? Your best players, most of the offense. Literally
for this team, in my opinion, for this team to be good, right? For this team to be good this season, it's gonna take some sacrifice. It's gonna take two players in particular are gonna have to sacrifice.
Let me go back to this year, because looking at that season and then going back to this season, where again, majority of your players were healthy.
Yeah.
Majority of your players were healthy.
Lions,
you got 1, 2,
and then you had Matt Ryan just sitting on the bench. He should have been getting some minutes last.
You got almost seven players, 8 players, damn near almost with 10 shots a game. How the fuck? Look. I think we just solved it.
Look,
bro.
And I'm about to say something, and I'm like, God, because I know where this is gonna go, and I'm not trying to take it there, bro. But pause. 2 players need to shoot less. It's gonna be. It needs to be. Well, I'm taking Herb. Herb needs to be shooting like 6 shots, right?
I did. His best year was 7.
Yeah, so you need to be shooting probably about 6.
4 threes a game, bro. Think about that.
4 threes a game, and everything else.
Games right now, we be seeing Herb shoot 9 threes a game, bro. 4 threes a game,
and that like really has happened. You're not even joking. That has happened. Like that's a real thing.
I'm serious, bro.
the two people to me that need to shoot less are the two more inefficient people, right? Well, three: Herb, Derek, and DeJounte. Derek need to be shooting probably about 7 threes. This man took 11 threes in a real game, dog. In a real game, dog. Look, anything over 6 is ridiculous.
Listen, 4 for 11 ain't bad. 1 for 9, 2 for 9, 2 for 9, 1 for 8, 3 for 8, 3 for 7 ain't bad. 2 for 7, 1 for 7, 1 for 7, 2 for like what are we? 1 for 6, 0 for 6. How you go 0 for 6, bro? This is the game in February.
Motherfuckers. Like that's like why is he still in the game? Like why you keep shooting them motherfuckers and why is he still in the game? You can't play nobody else. But that's neither here nor there. I think the sacrifice has to come from the 3 most inefficient guys. That being DeJounte, Queen, and Herb. You need to shoot less. The better shooters need to shoot more, and their shot appetite needs to be threes.
Who is your for this team? Who is your Brandon, Zion, CJ?
They got to be Trey, Zion, and maybe Fierce. Trey, Zion, and maybe I'll say Trey, Zion, and probably Poole. Because Poole, once Poole in the game, Poole gonna shoot that motherfucker. It just is what it is. Once he's in the game, he's going to shoot. And I need somebody to like shoot a bunch of threes. Like I need somebody. That's why it's really
about the CJ volume.
That's why it's really about the type of shots you're taking. Like if DQ was he's taking 9 shots last season. If 4 of those were threes, you like shit. Let him take 9. Fuck. Or let him take 8 and 4 of them be threes. You know what I'm saying? I need to give another shot to 1 or 2 of my better players. There's been too many possessions last season, especially with Herb, with DQ, and Fierce early in the season, where people was just going rogue. And it's like, no, Trey right there, Zion right there. You can't go rogue. I understand DeJounte was trying to like get his feet wet, get back into rhythm.
Yeah, get back into rhythm.
It's like if
you have to determine this during the game, bro. Like during the season. CJ shot 8 threes a game. Trey was coming off the bench. He only averaged 30 minutes a game, but he was at 8 threes a game. Other than that, you had nobody else shooting over 4 to 5 threes a game, which is why, and they still shot 32 threes a game. But everybody, if you shot the ball, and this is why it was your best season. Everybody, if they shot the ball, it was damn near a 3.
Go back to the other thing for me real quick. The other one for this year? Yeah. I want to see something real quick. I want to test my theory.
What are we looking at? Hold on.
I'm looking at the shot attempts.
Hold on. Let me get to it. The field goal attempts.
But see, that's the thing too. How Sadiq and Zion and Fierce get to the free throw line. Trey is getting to the free throw line. You can't be a motherfucker that shoot the ball inefficiently and you don't get to the free throw line like talking about it. So that's another thing. At least with DQ getting to the free throw line about 3 times as a big man. You can't be inefficient and not getting to the line. So like it gotta be a conversation where it's like
you gotta sacrifice. So to Mike, shout out to Zion needs to shoot 18. We talk about Herb and DeJounte shooting less. One has to get his volume up. It's a combination of him he got to get his volume up, and but him and Trey got to get their volume up. But the offensive structure needs to be like there has to be a focus on. This is not no fucking free range offense. You know what I'm saying? Like Zion, you need to shoot. Trey, you need to shoot. Whoever you consider your third best, like if it's DeJounte because he in the star lineup, that's cool. But most of your shots, that's why I said DeJounte, if he's facilitating, right, that means you'll probably create either Zion gonna have the ball and create his own opportunity, or DeJounte should be able to facilitate shots for Zion, Trey. And then when he is in catch and shoot situations, it should probably be threes throughout the game. That gets his threes to around 6 a game. If you do that, I think you could be a more effective team. I don't know who your 4th and your big Eves, you're not even really worrying about Eves attempt with Eves attempts. He only
so that might go up
that's
to like 6.
Yeah, but that's still gonna be lobs and dunks. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Lobs,
he's not about to be hooks and
something
shit
like that. Yeah, so it is his numbers will still be low. It's just the issue you can't have is you can't have her shooting 8 shots, like not just 8 shots a game. It's the because he shot 7 in his best season, and again, and most of those were threes, but it's just 8 for him, 9 for Queen. Again, it's just too much. It's too much for too many people. The offense is too free.
Now
that's why you see moments at the end of the games where Trey can't get no damn touch, can't get a look. Pause.
And you'll say too, like, whereas those guys started a lot of the season. If they're not starting, their minutes going to go down. They're naturally going to get less shots.
I got you, Zilla. I've done one of these actually.
Shout out to Shaq. Look, that's my whole thing is just, look, man, you got to get the guys who are shooting the type of shots you want them to take more shot attempts. Like we talk about Carlo got to get more 3-point shot attempts. Bryce has to get more 3-point shot attempts. Of course, I don't think Micah's gonna really play much. Derek probably has to shoot a couple of threes. Jordan Poole, he probably can stay close to where he's at, but if he plays more minutes, he's probably going to shoot about 9 threes. Jeremiah Fez, if his minutes stay about where they're at, he's probably going to shoot a total maybe 14 shots. DeJounte, I'm assuming that number gonna stay around 13, to be honest. But the Zion number got to be closer to 18.
I'm not mad at DeJounte's number being around 13. To be honest, I just need, instead of it being 8 twos, I need it to be like 6 threes and like 6 twos. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And that's the thing where it's like when you got a couple guys where you like, man, you know what, you would be really effective if you just totally change how you played. Like how many shots a game did Lou Dort take? Can you tell me real quick? Well, I can look it up. My bad.
No, I got you. Yeah, okay. I got you. That's another thing too. We had when Lou Dort last season took 7 a game.
That's about right for a player, and he shot 34% from 3.
But look, he shot 7. 6 of them holes with 3. Like
five, at least 5 of them.
All of them were threes. Like all of them were threes.
And that's exactly my point. Lou Dort can't really do much else offensively. So if you're a player that can't do much else offensively, you gotta shoot the 3. And if that person can't do nothing much else offensively and they can't shoot the 3, you gotta limit their minutes. And that's why I'm like,
Lou shot, bro. Lou been shooting the fuck out of that.
Yeah, Lou shot the last couple years.
Lou shooting 40%. Lou shooting 40%. 40%. No, 40%. 39% to me is 40%. 41% from 3 on 6 attempts. And then 35% pretty much on 5.5, almost 6 attempts. Come on, dog. I don't know what happened to Chad. Chad had to step away for a second. But, man, DeJounte long twos. Listen, part of his game is the mid-range. And I'm not saying you can't shoot some of your middies, bro. Like, I think, shout out to you, Bree. I appreciate it. Like, a lot of his middies, I think, need to be around. You can shoot like 4 of those a game, but I think he need to be more like catch and shoot situations and shoot all ball, bro. Listen, this was a great episode. This turned out to be like a great episode. We did not have this plan to go into the offensive breakdown and look at the numbers and stuff like this, but I think it turned out really well. And also when you see the numbers and the amount of attempts going around, that's why everybody always, and I know I've always said, it's like, bro, y'all, like, the offense is too free. The offense is too free. Yo, per 36 minutes, let's look at the per 36 minutes. Jeremiah averages 17 shots, 17 for Poole, 17 for DeJounte. Like, yeah, realistically, that probably need to be who leads your team in shooting next season. Fears, Poole, DeJounte, Trey, and Z. realistically, that probably need to be your offense moving forward. So it's gonna be interesting to see.
I had to get a drink to calm my nerves, boy.
But
That shit
hey,
aggravated the fuck out of me looking at that. I had to give me a
this is,
cold one, ice
I
cold
look at
Pepsi.
this. This was interesting. If you look at like the per 36, like who has the highest shooting like attempts, it would have per 36. You would have Spears, Poole, DeJounte, Trey, and Z leading your team in attempts. I think that's how it needs to. I think that need to be who leads your team in shooting.
Who that?
Whoa, appreciate you, Mike Morgan. While on vacation tapping in as always,
boy,
man,
living
for
life.
Sure.
You think Spears need to lead in attempts?
No, I'm saying these need to be your top 5 attempt
takers. Oh, yeah,
Spears, Poole, DeJounte, Trey, and Z. Like your offense needs to be built around them 5.
And one thing, things don't typically take into account is if you're Zion and he's 9 free throws, you could add about 4 attempts to hit shots per game. If he's averaging, excuse me, about 9 free throws. Yeah. I just think, it's gonna take some sacrifice from DeJounte, Herb, and DQ. It's tough. It is tough, especially like if you Derek and DQ, like they're offensive driven guys, like they're known for their offense for the most part. So it's tough to ask to sacrifice.
Around 7 to 8 free throws a game.
Yeah,
he shot 71% from the line. That ain't bad for him.
Yeah, so you could say he really took about 16 shots a game. So, but yeah, man, it's gonna be interesting, bro. I think they gotta consolidate.
Yep,
gotta consolidate.
To Mike's point, bro. The mid ranges for the playoffs, 100%. Yeah. You gotta shoot the 3 during the regular season, bro. You gotta shoot the 3 through the regular. 32 is not enough. And the reason that the 32 worked before it because you were so efficient with like Zion is an efficient player. Brandon, even though Brandon was struggling, like Brandon had moments, like Brandon was a relatively efficient player with his mid-range game, right? CJ is a really good shooter, was a really efficient shooter, even though CJ would have his moments and whatnot. Like JV was really efficient damn near anytime he shot the ball. So like majority of your players were really good at what it was that they did. Now you just got too many cooks in the kitchen. Too many cooks in the kitchen right now, in my opinion.
Well, yeah, and we'll see. I mean, ultimately, it's the coach's job to fix this, and it's the player's job to buy in. So, we'll just see what happens.
100%, man. This has been, man, I appreciate y'all for sure. This has been a great show. 2.5 hours straight basketball talking. Always.
Oh, shout out to J-Dog, man.
Of course, man. And listen, bro, I don't know if y'all caught Chad's show the other night. Make sure y'all tap into that one. And then we did another. Obviously, bro, y'all know y'all catch most of the shows, but bro, we putting out some real great content, some real detailed oriented content as well. That kind of like, and that's why our shows run so long, bro. Like
it's like true basketball analysis. Analysis.
Like we'll discuss kind of in depth of what's going on, not just kind of the surface level,
Bro, we rarely have a show where we don't pull up basketball reference.
Yeah,
like rarely.
Yeah. How you guys feel about PV? You think he'll take a leap this year? You guys think you'll be a player? Like, nope. I don't have no expectations for PV, respectfully. I don't want to see PV on the court, to be honest.
I think he could be very solid. I think his ceiling is probably a Herb type player, which is a very, like, you're going to need cheap talent that can outperform that contract. One of my favorite things about PV is his ability to sniff out offensive rebounds. I don't know where he'll get his opportunity much this season with the emergence of Bryce. I'm curious to see if they give him that opportunity. I think PV is a guy going to spend some time in the G League, in my opinion. Unless like even if like Herb is upgraded, like that position is upgraded, I think PV going to spend some time in the G League when the team is healthy. And or he might, if he does play, he's going to be like when other guys are in foul trouble. Gotta master that 3, man. PV, I'm trying to get you paid, brother. You knock that fucking corner 3 down, boy. You're gonna be playing.
Man, I want my thought after going through this show, and we've talked about it before, and I think this is what Mosley is supposed to do, bro. You gotta instill the discipline, the idea. You have to determine. Matter of fact, before we roll out, bro, let me look at at Orlando. Let me just look at the Orlando shot distribution this this past season. I just need to see.
And it's gonna be skewed because Franz was out.
It was, but let's see.
Shout out to Kyrie Irving, man. 100% recovered.
Yeah, because Franz only played 34 games this season. So Paolo was at 16. You could remove Franz, but listen, it don't 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players over double-digit shots.
And they are kind of a shallow perimeter team too.
Yeah. But think about it. If Franz isn't there, right? If Franz isn't there, that's probably why you see more players taking shots, because Paolo averaged 16, Desmond Bane next with 15, and then Anthony Black, who's your best offensive players, taking
Anthony Black absolutely would not be averaging double digit. Like he'll probably
not on this 10, team.
Maybe 10, maybe.
And then Suggs 12 shots a game, Wendell Carter 8 shots a game, and then everybody else, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Low shot. So based off of what Orlando look like, I think you're gonna see, hopefully.
But you can argue, especially without Franz, that this team is more talented on paper.
Let's go back a year ago. But they didn't have Bane.
Yeah, they didn't have Bane last year.
They didn't have Bane. What was the shot?
Don't it feel like Bane been there for a few years? I don't know why I feel like that. Like, damn, Bane been there.
Boy, Paolo shooting that bitch 20 times a game. Franz 20 times a game.
They probably was better.
Suggs, they was 41 and 41, but Suggs only 13 times, and then everybody else single digits.
And because KCP couldn't even fucking shoot.
No,
and then Black had a bad year that year. So,
but you know what but you see what Mosley did. My best players
need the ball, bro.
All of the shots, bro.
Yeah,
best players taking all of the shots. Hold on, my bad. Let me put that. I didn't even realize I ain't throw it up for y'all real quick. My bad, people. Paolo and Franz.
Wagner took 8 shots.
20 apiece. He was
well, Jalen Suggs barely played too. So damn, them niggas missed a lot of games. So that explains that too.
Let me see.
God damn,
because Paolo didn't play that much. Ooh, and they still went 41 and 41.
That's great. That's some good coaching right there. That year, I was watching them games like, I don't know, I just started following them that year. They was gutting out some fucking wins. Like that was a gutsy, strong team.
The year before that, they was 47 and 35. This was 3. Apollo played 80.
I like it. That is a very balanced roster. Because Cole Anthony, that was like his best year in a while, if I'm not mistaken.
Even if you go back there, Paulo 17 shots, Franz 15 shots. Nobody else over double digits.
Yeah, I'm gonna just come out and say it. They're not gonna get that. They're not gonna get that level of buy-in. They're not gonna do it, bro. It's not gonna happen, bro. Just knowing these two personalities that I'm considering, and even Herb might be a little bit like that as well. They're not gonna get that. They're not gonna get that. But I also think, like to Bree's point, the Pelicans more talented offensively.
Yes.
So if I'm like DeJounte or Jordan Poole, I'm like, hold up, I ain't no motherfucking Markelle Fultz.
But you should eat. But and that's the thing though. Your shot should still be your best player. Like what I remember watching any Orlando offense, and remember they weren't allowed to run the offense that they wanted to run because Paolo don't play the style that they want to play.
Yeah.
Even with all that being said, it was still best player. My best player, everything run through my best guy.
Player. You know, you can get more shots, rebound the ball, play defense.
Yep.
Get out of transition. You want to shoot more? Get out in transition. Rebound the ball. Because I'll be mad as a motherfucker. We doing this one pass offense. Like, here.
Oh, ain't gonna be none of that, boy.
Here we go. Like, hey.
Listen, bro, it ain't gonna be none of that. This bitch gonna be heavy pick and roll. This is gonna be heavy pick. Listen, that's another that boy. Rather D Suggs and Black over DJ and Poole. So this is the interesting thing. If you had those players, right? Let's say you swap those two players out, Suggs and Black, for DeJounte and Poole. Obviously, the salaries don't match. But if you look at it, you would easily find yourself in a situation where Z, Trey, all of them got more shots because Anthony Black and Suggs not gonna shoot that much. Like, you know what I mean? They're not offensive players, but that also would hinder your team. You want to be as offensive.
Because to me, the Pelicans' path to being good is all through offense.
It's through offense.
Like they could be a middle of the road defensive team unless somebody just like Eve just become fucking something crazy. But like something spectacular. But the pad is gonna be middle of the road defensively strong offense. But again, that means either the player shooting the ball got to become more efficient, or your more efficient guys got to get the lion's share of the shots, man. So
100%. Man, we get ready to get out of here. I already know, bro.
Questions?
You know what? No, I've been going through them.
Oh shit! Okay, so we pretty much covered them all.
Yeah,
okay.
we pretty much done, bro. I've been going through them. So look, I get ready to close this out, bro. Man. Appreciate everybody, bro. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Y'all already know I gotta give y'all some of the Pels special. Shout out to Trey, man. That dude been doing phenomenal work. Let me go ahead and get y'all.
One more. Yes, Trey. Yes. You put him in jail. He sucks. Let's go. Stop. What do you get paid to do? Shoot the ball. Good job, though. That was a good rep. 4-4. That's what you get paid to do, Trey. That's what you get paid to do. 5 more, you got it. Nice ball.
I don't like none of those middies.
I like him. I ain't gonna lie. I like him taking a minute because if we need him to get his volume up, I need him taking a couple more threes. And when the issue I had with Trey is when people crowd him at the line, right? You don't have no way to just get by without trying to get all the way to the rim. If you could just one dribble, bump somebody, and get you a mid-range shot, just to make people have to respect it, that's what I'm good with.
This what I don't like about it, right? Two totally different things. Now I'm assuming that there's going to be a center in the paint at this time, maybe 2 front court players, but you putting the ball on the floor, you're initiating contact, creating separation. You're 6'10". You're 80% at the rim. Just attack the rim. Just shoot don't I drive the ball. I get all the way into the restricted area. I bump off you. I take a step back and shoot a fadeaway midi. What's the point of that? Just attack the rim. Like if you go up and attack the rim, maybe you get fouled. Maybe it's a higher percentage shot. It's at the rim. Why am I just don't like it. But I'm not no professional trainer. Look, I heard a person use this analogy one time. Like Jim Cornette. Jim Cornette said one of the dumbest things in wrestling is when the wrestler's doing his comeback and he just hitting you, and then he do like the Irish whip and he runs into the rope. It's like, why would you do that? And the point of this is to look real. If I was just hitting the motherfucker, I would try to beat him into the ground. I'm not gonna just hit him and then be like, all right, let me run to the ropes. To me, that's what that's like. Like I'm driving, I got you. Bam, bitch, get off me. And I'm like, wait, let me take a step back. Why am I doing it?
I look at it like this: when you watch Fears drive to the rim, he's initiating contact all the time. Like just playing more physical, getting people away from you. You might draw the foul, sending a message. Also with Trey on like is what Trey can be very indecisive sometimes, and I think it's because he allows people to be too physical with him. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think if you get into the mental of, hey, bro, initiate contact at every time, like especially when like on some of the mid ranges, if you bump people, you know what I mean? You see players play like that all the time, just creating the space and simplifying it for him. I think you'll be able to see him take his game to another level. So I ain't gonna lie, I ain't mad at it, bro. I like it.
I ain't mad at it, but I'm just like Reggie Bush. Look, man, just hit the hole. Pause. Like, why are we doing all this dancing? Like, that's just run through the fucking hole. The hole is right there. It's just you're 6'10", and that's the thing. That's when you talk about internal growth and guys, no excuses. Like you 6'10", you got to play like a guy who's 6'10". Like, so some of the finesse shit to me, bam, I'm initiating the contact, then I retreat to doing something that's finesse. This fadeaway step back midi. I'm 6'10. I'm about to yam on this motherfucker. I'm an athlete. You're gonna have to foul me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Drive with bad intentions. That's what I want to see. Attack with bad intentions. But we'll see. Of course, they know more than me.
Preseason gonna be so interesting, though. Preseason gonna be so interesting. This you right now.
Nobody believes in you. What are you prepared to do about it? Don't let no one come into your house, take your meal, do what you need to do today. I'm not nervous. I'm just telling you.
Yeah, that's how I feel. Because that frustrates me, like watching Evan Mobley. I'm like, dog, you're a super athlete. You're a super athlete. On defense, you're extremely tough and physical. But on offense, you just scared to death. Like that's what Evan Mobley is. Like, bro, nobody can't really stop you. But
we'll see, man. Well, man, appreciate everybody that tapped into the episode. Make sure y'all hit that like button, share the stream. Obviously, Cheddar Chaz, tell the people where they can find you, bro.
And at Cheddar Chaz, you know, man, known Pelicans critic. Follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram, tap in on the YouTube. Yo, J Dog, man, DM me, bro. I'm trying to find that Reddit link you told me about the other day, man. Shoot me a DM, J Dog. You still in?
100% Cheddar Chaz, man. Everybody. Hey, appreciate everybody for tapping into the show. Oh, the 2750, man. You have to go ahead and bring that back.
I'm gonna have to send it to you so you can upload it. Shout out to Bayou Sniper, man. Shout out to Jeremy. Shout out to everybody in the building. We appreciate y'all. Make sure I hit the like button before y'all leave, man.
Absolutely, 100%. Appreciate y'all, man. Again, man, it's A. Davis, Pels, and the Blender. We're gonna be done for the night, man. Y'all be safe, everybody. Start of the week is a fucking Monday. Go out there, be great, go kill it. Appreciate y'all tapping in. I'm out. Peace.
Yes, indeed.